out your feelings. Get busy. Get busy. Yeah. Get that, get moving, get ready, get focused, get locked, get sharp, get steady, get rid of the noise, get out your feelings. Deadline coming. Get busy. Get crew, get cars, get money, get mission, get plans, get peace, get tunnel vision. Get up, get gone, get out of your city. Season coming. Get busy. Get busy. Get busy. Get busy. Talk is cheap when the work is gritty. Get busy. Everybody quits when it ain't too pretty. Get busy. Boss closing in, but they ain't gon' get me. Get busy. Brian Roby said it. I woke up late, but I ain't slept much. Phone blowing up, I'm already fed up. Everybody needs me, everybody wants time, but nobody sees what it costs in my mind. One guy quit, 2 jobs moved, 3 people talking like they got something to prove. 4 missed calls and a text that says, can you call me back? We got problems again. Family needs balance, business needs gas. Bills keep coming in, the season moves fast. I'm trying to smile while the pressure stacks, trying to hold home while the dream fights back. I feel alone in a room full of noise. Everybody got opinions, but nobody got poise. They want the win, but they don't want the road. They want the shine at the weight of the low. So I cut the distractions, I tighten the plan. Wipe the sweat on my face, put the work in my hands. I don't need a pity party, don't need sympathy. I need one more gear and a little more grit in me. Get busy. Get that, get moving, get ready, get focused, get locked, get sharp, get steady, get rid of the noise, get out your feelings. Deadline coming. Get busy. Get crew, get calls, get money, get mission, get plans, get peace, get tunnel vision. Get up, get gone, get out of your city. Season coming. Get busy. Get busy. Get busy. Talk is cheap when the work is gritty. Everybody quits when it ain't too pretty. Boss closing in, but they ain't gon' get me. Ron Roby said it.
Yes, you did.
I used to think everybody writing was real. To the deadline, came and exposed how they feel. Some went quiet, some went cold. Some got bitter when the truth got told. Some want credit, some want clout. Some want seats when the work sells out. Some want love when the lights come on, but they disappear when the hard part's long. That's why I'm careful who I let in the room. Some people bring peace, some people bring doom. Some people drain life, what they call it concern. Some people watch fires and never help it burn. I'm not mad, I'm just moving different. Less explaining, more execution. Less emotion, more discipline. Less distraction, more revolution. Kingdom radio in the background loud. Ron Roby trying to make his people proud. No family balance, yeah, I feel that pain. But I'm fighting for a life where that can change. So I move with purpose, I move with speed. I move like the whole team depends on me. Cause when it gets heavy and the road gets sticky, that's not the time to fall. Get busy, get your head right, get your heart right, get your time back, get your spark right, get your crew straight, get your books clean, get your mind sharp, get your hands mean, get the lead call, get the quotes in, get the deal closed, get the rent spent, get the fear gone, get the doubt dead, get the work done, get it out your head. Get busy. Ain't nobody coming to save your city. Get busy. Build your dream before they call you crazy. Get that, get moving, get ready, get focused, get locked, get sharp, get steady, get rid of the noise, get out your feelings. Deadline coming. Get busy. Get cruise, get calls, get money, get mission, get plans, get peace, get tunnel vision. Get up, get gone, get out of your city. Season coming. Get busy. Get busy. Get busy. Talk is cheap when the work is gritty. Everybody quits when it ain't too pretty. Boss closing in, but they ain't gon' get me. Kingdom radio.
Wrong,
Get busy. Get busy. Yeah.
Hey, so I heard Ron Roby was talking about me on his podcast last week. So in true Chelsea Murphy fashion, I had to take over and I had to go first, right? For all of you who don't know me, I'm Chelsea Murphy, co-owner of Murphy Christmas Lighting over here in Dallas, Fort Worth is where we are located. And before we let Ron Roby get over here and take over the show, y'all know he's got a lot to say. I thought I'd go ahead and bring in Joey Murphy. If you don't know him, he is the co-owner of Murphy Christmas Lighting. And he hangs out over here in DFW too. Welcome, Joey. Welcome to the
Thank
show.
you.
Welcome to my show. I'm controlling it.
Thank
right
you,
now.
Chelsea. Thank you for inviting me to your show.
No problem.
Yes,
no problem.
thank you. It's been long awaiting that we get on Ron's show together.
I mean, when you take him out a little bit, you get a little more time to chit chat. So I thought I would just hold him off just a minute. We're gonna bring him in for a good conversation.
Well, that intro, I don't know about you, but I think the message was to get busy.
Oh no, it is always. I mean, are you doing Christmas lights? Or are you playing? I mean, let's already jump in. But
Gracie back there doesn't look like she's getting busy.
No, she's working. She's working on her secret computer. Don't worry.
That's what getting busy looks like.
My business, sir.
Right.
And before we bring Ron in, let's go ahead and bring Laura in because everybody knows Laura is my favorite. Miss Kingdom Christmas Lighting, the angel herself. Everyone knows I only talk to Ron because Laura exists. So let's bring it in for Laura. Oh, you're muted, Laura. Unmute yourself.
Unmute myself.
Oh, hold on. What's going on? Are we all there? Are we all there? Hold on.
Ron, get back. What are you doing here? Get back.
Wait, no one called you to the stage. Get your ass out of here.
True Ron Roby fashion.
What happened to Laura?
Oh my gosh.
Laura left. I can show you a better side of me right here. What do you think about
that? You got to have the spotlight on you so much. You got to have two.
Yeah, well, that way, just in case, you can kiss my face or kiss my ass.
That's why I was
see your good side?
Yeah, just that way you're like, hey, man, I'm having a bad day, so let's get the backside here. Let's see, where's Laura?
Give me a second.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Go back in.
Put her back in.
Yeah. Suck it in, rambling. So what's up, you guys? What y'all up to? That was a really good opening of the show, I
I'm
would
glad
say.
you loved it. This is how the professionals do it.
I give it 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
Yeah, well, I didn't. Some reason the song got stuck, and then something else happened, and some other stuff, and
technical difficulties.
Yeah, we already got some people from the audience saying some stuff.
I mean, I had to come out of hiding. You know, I come out once a year to talk about the season. You know, I love to talk about quoting. You know, I love talking about bidding and all that good stuff, buying supplies, everything. You know, this is my favorite conversation. And a lot of these guys have stopped by my shop and they know I love to have a good conversation about Christmas lighting.
I love storytelling. So like everybody's got a story. Because stories are just friction points in the season of like battles that we're trying to face and like overcome. And everybody has different battles. So I love hearing people's stories that they have.
Yeah, well, if you like people going through it, yeah, we've been going through it. We've been working really hard these days, but we don't have any soccer balls and shit and doing like circus acrobatic tricks in front of like presidents out there for 4th of July.
That was a star, and I was testing if I was a kid and I was going to kick my leg out, would I kick the star over? It's called safety measures, Ron.
Oh, you were doing product testing?
Yeah, we were product testing.
Chelsea's the pinball that goes through the project and sees if you can mess anything up. So she just goes in and starts wrecking and everything. Like, can this be pushed over? She goes over and just pushes the display.
Yeah, what's the win rating on this, you know?
You're like, not anchored good enough, re-anchor it, you know?
Yeah, I was able to drop kick it over. That T-post ain't holding.
No, it's almost time.
What are you, Chuck Norris? Like, you know, roundhousing T-posts and knocking them over?
You didn't push it over. It's like I backed my car into it and it went over. It's like I can't believe it wasn't put together.
I attached a hitch to the trailer and backed up, and then
and it just fell over. Yeah,
what's going on?
You need to come up with some better construction than that, Joey.
My gosh.
All right.
I do want to know from everybody. There's one thing on my list was about the anchoring stuff. Is like the best ways and fastest ways to anchor because we do so much anchoring.
We do a variety.
It's like what is? I've seen some things out there, but I'm like, what is like the number one? Like nobody talks about anchoring enough.
Like one of those things was anchored in turf. That star you saw, that was actually anchored down in turf.
Yeah, and they have the decomposed granite that packs in. So then they take the vibrator, pack it in. So it's like it's not concrete, but it's like compacted rock.
You know that Texas soil, like when it's been like dry, not enough water on it, that stuff can get hot and hard. And then when it gets wet, it starts.
So it's like, how are you going to anchor on turf
when it gets like, hot and hard and wet? Is that what you said?
Something like that.
I'm sorry, Ron,
your back something, you know?
Yeah, hold on. Let's take a quick break.
Catch us every Wednesday at 3 p.m. for the latest in Christmas lights.
Get real talk and strategies. And remember to get busy.
Didn't I make a rule about AI in me?
No, what was the rule? I missed it. Where's
no AI in me?
Ron, I have a text
real
message.
version is way better. There's no reason to put me in AI.
I have a text message that says no AI of Chelsea. She thinks it's weird. And I literally texted that to you, and then you sent me the invite. So it's like, you kind of knew it was there.
Ron said, good information to know. I do not care.
What I liked about that video one you did is right at the end, you do a thumbs up. Like, that's my favorite part.
Yeah, just, like.
I approve.
No, I got 4 or 5 of them to show you for sure.
I'm sure you have 6 or 7 of them.
Laura, let me see. I know, she was buying a cruise ship instead of getting ready here.
Well, y'all are trying to go to the Bahamas.
Let me see the cord.
Miami, I think.
No, they're going to Miami to get on a cruise ship to go to the Bahamas.
Yeah, and St. Thomas.
That's the port. Yeah, that's the port. Yeah.
All right.
To go to St. Thomas.
She distracted herself.
I
mean, we can keep going, Joey. We can just keep talking.
Yeah, if I could boot wrong, I would.
No. I'll boot myself here in a minute. Let me see here.
And we'll just keep going. So, how's your season been going? Your off season, Joey?
Very, very busy for all the right reasons.
Yeah,
but I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about AI stuff, but the one biggest thing around it is like each week I just learned so much about it. It's like, it's kind of like you're going off to college or something. It's like your freshman years and then junior, senior, and you start like piecing it together and everything. But how big and robust, like when people ask, I want everything in all in one system, like what does that take with AI to do? It's just insane. Like it is a big
What's also about like what your people can understand, what people forget about with technology, and I don't want to dive too deep, is that your employees, you might get it and we might understand the technology. We might be like, this makes sense, this is easy to use, this is user friendly, and then you give it to a crew lead and he's like, this is hard, this is too many buttons. And so like you have to even think of like emojis and pictures and things, color coordinating things so that it makes sense. It's not just like, oh, here, make me something in AI and it's ready to go. Like what makes sense for your business, and using AI as a tool, not as your crutch or your stepping or the thing you're only standing on. It should just be a tool that's continuing to build you.
Yeah, it's all the tests too that you have to run to make sure everything's like checked off, authenticated. But even that is then the operational side of running a system is like AI can say like, hey, this works, this deploy 56 out of 56 triggers. But then like you said, is your crews are like, hey, I can't really see that button in the daylight. So I never clicked it. I didn't even know it was there. It's just all this weird stuff. It's like, where's the human?
We test all that type of stuff. Like we go and like act like even Gracie will be like, oh, when I'm in the warehouse, the lighting, it makes this look weird. I can't find it on my phone when I'm doing inventory. So it's a lot of stuff. But I'll let Ron run his show because we'll go off into a tangent.
Yeah.
I love how you're going to let me run my
show. I'll let you run your show. I'll let you.
Get to.
He
keeps correcting everyone with it.
He's like, man, I have to. I'm like, get to. You get to.
It's an honor and a privilege to be on Laura's show.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of which, my name is Ron. If you don't know me, if you've never been on this show before, it's your very first time ever seeing it. Give us another chance if you don't like it the first time. But we're with the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind. As you know, I always have my beautiful wife with me, Laura.
That's right.
And we just got back from Vegas with the Murphys for a little wedding, and we kind of maybe overshared a teeny bit last week, but we're going to get down into that. We have some definitely, Biatchum from Louisiana, we definitely got some news for that. We have Mystical, as a matter of fact, let's get, you know who Mystical is? That's you're a Louisiana boy. Right? Yeah. Go ahead, Chelsea. Let me hear you talk now. I want to hear it now. Go ahead.
PG-13. You're trying to bring my Louisiana girl out.
The one thing I like about it, Ron, is that like you heard a bunch of Louisiana rap, and maybe that's but you're in Texas, you're in these different regions, but after you heard it, you got it stuck in your head. Like you like, man, Louisiana got it going on.
No, Laura got it stuck in her head.
Wait till
so Laura, it just pushing on Laura.
No, it's all Laura. It's all
Laura.
No,
you see, but you didn't even get into the good stuff because then when you go to Mardi Gras, you mix it, they remix it and they cut it and then they put like the jazz, everything into it, and then it becomes bounce music, which you jig to. So when you're in the parade, so then everything is the bounce music and stuff.
That's like when they do the funerals, like you just walk slow and just
kind of, but it's more like you'll hear it just like look up bounce music in New Orleans. And you'll see
it's dancing all day long, so you just got little
jig.
Well, look,
like,
here's a dancing song.
Like you're jigging because they're throwing beats and stuff.
Look, this is
so
mystical.
They do all that when.
Hold on, folks.
You got the biggest one.
Mama gonna shake your ass.
This is a throwback, Ron. You're a throwback.
Show me what you're working with. So mystical.
Great way to pause right there.
There was
perfect.
20. There was like 2022. Somebody was showing him what they're working with and shaking it fast, and he got a rape charge. And just what was it today? He just got 20 years. 20 years in the penitentiary. So I was just thinking, hey brother, before you get down there to the where all the dirty goes, shake it fast, show them what you're working with, but
make them sign a waiver.
Yeah.
That should tell you terms and conditions for Christmas lighting are very important.
Yes.
Terms and conditions.
Yeah, but you're
you like how I segued that story? That's random fun
Perfect.
fact that you gave.
That is not a random fun fact. That is a Louisiana star.
No, that's news.
He's not
It
a
came
star.
over my
That's
dashboard.
not Lucy. That's not Webby.
Yeah, that was something that
That's not
happened. I
Lucy,
was
that's not
like,
Webby.
damn, dog.
That's not Kevin Gates. That's not Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Oh, Lil Wayne's from Louisiana?
That's from New Orleans.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Dang, Ron.
Don't
Dang,
know
Ron.
nothing.
Let me turn this light off because it's
Look
starting
at the
to
history
You
of
got
Lil
Houston
Wayne.
rappers. You got
Birdman.
Dallas rappers. You got Louisiana
Daddy.
rappers. It's three different things.
So is that like tipping on fofos is Houston?
Like Paul Wall and stuff
Paul
like that.
Wall.
It's Texas,
Yeah.
you know.
Paul Wall
Oh,
Grills.
that's
That's
a Houston
rap. That's
Houston,
Houston.
okay.
South
Paul Wall's a
Texas rap.
Houston legend.
Oh, okay. I never heard of him before until we were
Ron.
at the Houston, Texas game.
Yeah,
we were in the Houston,
crazy.
Texans game,
That's
and it
a
was the
Houston
halftime
legend.
show. By the way, happy birthday to Scott Hazy.
Oh, happy birthday, Scott.
Holodynamics.
Yeah, from Holodynamics. Yeah, so Scott, Becky, me, Laura, we went to the Houston, Texas playoff game,
Shout out
and
to
what happened?
I said,
It
shout out to
was.
Becky. Just
Shout out
shout
to
out.
Becky.
We're giving a hey. Keep
Yeah,
going.
Shout out.
And the halftime show, Paul Wall and I guess
Mike
who-
Jones.
Mike Jones, and
Mike
all-
Jones.
Yes.
They,
Two
and then
Houston
some.
legends.
some
Can you say
Mexican
the
dude.
number? Because I can't. But
So
Some
you were at a
Mexican
cool
dude with the
ass
cowboy
concert.
hat. No,
didn't
what I'm
realize
saying
you were at a
is
cool-ass
the whole
concert.
stadium knew
Yeah.
every single word. They were showing, everyone was singing and dancing, and I was like, I'd never heard the song before. And I
Go
said,
to an LSU video, LSU state football video of everybody singing "Set It Off" by Boosie.
Or-
Everybody, in the
but or
stadium.
like Mardi Gras TikToks, you're gonna find it.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna find that song.
At LSU, the whole stadium will do it. They'll all sing it, and
are you
and they have
sure?
their own.
He's
song.
on it. He's on it.
He's on.
You said TikTok
This
has
is
it?
Gossip hour. We ain't even.
Well, I'm just
learning
saying,
anything.
if you go to like TikTok Mardi Gras, you're gonna find a bunch of reels with all these songs and these.
Let me
things
see.
with,
Let me see what we got here. Is this what we're talking about here?
Set it off. Well, I can't hear nothing.
Hold on, give me 1 second, Holmes.
We're
Tails
having
off.
a
I can't hear
technical
nothing.
difficulty.
You're on mute. You see that little thing in the top?
You need to
corner?
have like a button that says.
Look at the
technical.
top
Upper
corner
left,
on the
upper
right.
left.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Left. I don't know the over music that's going on. You can
I
hear it.
don't. Yeah, let's.
You can hear
try.
it a little bit
Like,
though. You
It's
can
like
see
some
how
over
big it is.
music.
That's like the same thing as this one.
That's it.
That was the bus, Ron. That's what you had in the bus.
Yeah. Man,
Cable. We thugging outside. We don't need cable.
Yeah, no, that's
We thugging outside.
that
We don't need cable.
that shit sounds very familiar. It almost sounds like when we were in Vegas. It kind of sounds like that a little bit.
Yeah.
You got to meet my brother, the real
All right.
OG.
Mm-hmm. All right, so for all of our listeners, like I said, give us another
Sorry,
chance.
guys.
if Chelsea talks too
things
much
get a
and you
little
think
crazy.
you know,
We're good.
it's
It's
her
fine.
show today, but it'll be our show next
Yeah.
week. All right. Let's go in here to for people who are listening all around the world. This is our last 7 days. Last 7 days. This is the RS feed, and I told you I would show it. Look at this. Look at this mishap. Look at this
there you
mishap.
go.
This is just in the last 7 days. We got more
What's going on
people.
up there?
more people in France are listening to our podcast than America, apparently. And we've got 3 loyal listeners, and every week they listen in Australia. And we have them in Europe and some in Africa. And it tells you all some stuff. Let me look at something else here.
Does that RSS feed, like, it's just picking up IP addresses like VPNs and stuff? Is that like...
Right. Yeah, well, just anytime someone downloads a song.
Oh, I see.
For the podcast. So, like, this is, whatever, 3,000, whatever. But, yeah, so if you go in here, Sydney, Australia, 98 downloads, and then Melbourne. I mean, there's like 3 people, or it's the same person. He keeps driving around listening to it in every city. I don't know.
But like their comfort thing, they like fall asleep to your podcast.
Yeah, it's like Australia. They're probably like, he's like, we're from the down under, and I want to know what the real man with hair on his chest might sound like.
It's Scottish.
Accent went crazy.
That's Scottish.
It started out as one accent, and you went down a different.
That was like
accent.
Irish-Scottish blend.
Yeah, that was like.
Hey, Ron, you can be like Pitbull,
India.
and they just call you Mr. Worldwide.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, I was like, hold up, let's zoom in a little bit, Holmes. Let's get a little, see what the hell's going on. So we got people from all over the country downloading our stuff. I mean, not a lot, but there's a couple. And then we got, looks like some homie was just out there in the middle of the ship listening to it, something. And then look at this, man.
Hey,
France.
if I'm in the middle of the ocean, Wednesdays at 3.
Yeah, I'm not missing it for anything. I don't care.
Happening.
Yeah, it is well. But anyway, so yeah, over here in France, actually,
That's
France.
England.
Oh, this is England? Okay, yeah, England. Where's France at? Is this France up in here? Okay,
There you
France.
go. There you are, France.
So, believe it or not, in the course of a whole year, more listeners on Spotify, iPhone, and from France. I think, what did it say about France? It was the number 1 country for people listening to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Hey,
Google
don't they-
Home.
Don't they, like LeBlanc, aren't they from France? They got those 3D displays with MK illumination and stuff. Like, it's very big over there, you know what I mean? So it's like, Twinkly, didn't they do France, or did they do, no, they did the Pope. They did the Pope.
Yeah, they did the Vatican.
The Vatican.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to show you, for the people who are listening to us in Australia and all that kind of stuff, welcome. Welcome to Houston, Texas. And this is not all of the people from Texas are like your buddy Ron. I might be another, and I completely understand why you want to listen to see how, people from the locals do it in H-Town. So I'll proudly wear that badge.
H-Town, but you didn't know who Paul Wall was?
No.
Where's
Yeah, no, I know tipping on fofos, and I definitely know sitting sideways. I know that song now too. I only know the AI version. I heard the real version. I'm like, oh my god, that's gangsta rap.
Oh, I did that to Joey's mom. She was like, oh look, he said Twinkly.
Yeah, Twinkly's Italian.
That's what I thought. I said, yeah, thanks.
They're very
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
But LeBlanc, I think, is French, aren't they?
Yeah, we don't actually use Twinkly anymore. We use the redneck version. It's called Twankly.
Twankly.
Yeah. So
Or Gobi.
No. It's no. We actually use Twinkly, but after the first year, sometimes some stuff stops working, and you got to do a couple things to get it working. And then someone's like, "What product do you have up there?" And since Brian Schreiner never answers the phone, I think they sold the company because the customer service is so bad. But I would say no, we're using Twankly.
I still use mine now. I mean, we fixed.
That's
our
Twinkly behind Chelsea.
Yeah, that's correct, Joey. Yeah, didn't Twinkly? Gobi's the best. I agree with Mike.
Shut up! Leave him alone.
5 stars.
Yeah, 5-star review. Yeah, Twinkly. That's definitely a product that we already have on the schedule again for this year.
Yeah,
and it's
the
not
good
the
thing
most.
about I do have to say the good thing about Twinkly, and I do know there's a lot of plug and play that they do Scott and them have. So I like some of their products too. So, but with Twinkly it's really nice when you're with a customer and you're trying to double sell holidays. And you're trying, like, we have a lot of Twinkly in general, just to be honest, on our inventory. So it's cheaper than to buy something new, to just go ahead, and then you can get more holidays out of it, and then you can just expand and then have your crews out earlier, so you're not installing as much. Don't be playing around.
That's all Ron does is he's on a playground, and it's called the Earth.
Yeah. Did you know that Michael Simmons is like a freaking celebrity. Did you know that?
Yeah, you told me that.
Smart as hell
I didn't
too.
even know that.
That dude's
Yeah.
smart.
He
as
was
hell.
like a millionaire when he was 16, and he was, unfortunately, he had like all the high school girls like opining after him.
Pine. Who says that?
What is that phrase?
like that. Yeah. I was
Wait,
like,
what did you just say? What'd you just call me?
Apparently, he was telling me a story like when he was like 14 years, or was he 14? He was like
never tell Ron a story.
he
It's
was
never
like
off
at
limits.
the Bellagio and stuff. He was on Oprah. He was like a bunch of stuff. Like he was the first person to come out with something, and he's like
smart
a
as
big
hell.
ass deal. I didn't realize he was so famous. I had no idea until I met him. Then I couldn't even ask him all the questions. But
yeah, but I think
Mike,
that goes open to how approachable he is too. You know,
Oh, yeah.
it's like
Humble,
that doesn't get
humble.
to him.
Oh,
Humble,
nice.
right? Because I met
Yeah.
him a couple times, and
I met him
like
a couple
he didn't
times.
mention anything about that. Because it doesn't really define him. Once you meet him, you kind of get to know him more, and you're like, you're just a smart, kind guy, you know.
And he used to like anytime he has something he can't take care of with anyone, he'll like send him over our way for us to help.
communicator.
hey, what do you think about the? But I want to know what kind of kisser he is. That's why we're talking about the kissing booth at the Christmas Expo.
I don't know, Ron. You get behind the kissing booth and
Yeah,
see.
Ron, get
No,
back there.
no. We're
Not
putting
that
Michael
one.
Simmons in
You
there.
want to
It's
see
like-
so bad, you know.
No, I do want to see. I'm gonna drive up to Dallas if you got to set up. It's like kissing booth or autographs, and I'll probably go for the kiss. What do you think? Were you going for the kiss or the
doesn't
autograph?
appreciate this
Yeah.
open talking with
I'll go
cheese.
for the fist. I'll go for the little Louisiana jig with Lil Boosie. That's
Oh,
what I'll do.
the 2-finger jig. I got you.
No,
No, Ron.
no, Ron.
No, Ron. Don't try to put us in this.
He gonna give me a freebie. All right, so that's that. So people from Louisiana are getting arrested
Lord
and
have
going to
mercy.
prison. So that's
You
one
shut-
thing. All right, so we covered that one.
When I was in college, Ron, Boosie was in jail, and we used to make signs and hold him up and say "Free Boosie."
Free boozy.
That
Yeah.
really was a thing. I
That
remember.
really happened. I wish Amber was here. She would have told you. Yeah, we and her. You know. but you
Imagine
don't know Amber.
being that rapper though, and you just go around Louisiana. They got signs like
We were on campus.
like you got a following, man.
We were on
you know?
we were on the campus doing it. Me and Amber.
Yeah.
We were on the
No,
campus.
yeah, I remember. Yeah, there's probably a picture buried somewhere.
All right.
Yeah.
I do got to talk to you about one thing, and
go.
I don't know where the hell it's
Get
at,
serious.
but Jason Woodward is keynoting the. I've seen this like this week. Jason Woodward is keynoting Christmas Expo. Have you seen that?
I did see that. I like to see good. I like Jason Woodward. I've had a couple conversations with him, but we buy a lot from Christmas designers and stuff because
Yeah, I
of
was
the
about to
display
say that.
pieces. But to have that caliber of a person, like just speaking, he should be keynote. To be honest with you, like he's just what he does, and I think what is he going on 30 years almost in the Christmas industry?
Yeah.
We're going on our 10th. He's done
Yeah.
it 3 times longer than me. Come on, man.
And
That's a veteran.
Christmas designers.
No, I was just saying that's a good poll.
That's a good pull. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's a
As
good
soon as
one.
I seen it, I was gonna say, "Hey, Jason, why don't you call me up?" And matter of fact, Jason, it's Woodward. I'm sorry that Joey doesn't pronounce your name correctly, but Jason, give us a call. Your buddy Ron, let's get you on the show already. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Jason Woodward, holla at me.
Yeah.
We're gonna get him on the show next
Holla
week.
at me. He's like,
Yeah,
wow,
it
this is
worked one
professional. I can't
time.
wait.
We'll get
He
Jason
comments
on
and
the
he's like,
show
if you
next
don't know
week.
Paul Wall, I'm not coming on.
Yeah, exactly. I would go on your show, but as soon as I heard about Paul Wall, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah.
You don't know who Little Boozy is? No, I'm out. I'm out.
That's crazy.
I think that'd be cool to get Jason on there. He's
No, that would be cool.
he's like a true professional.
That'd be good. If he gives his time to you, you should probably listen. That's all it is, you know.
Oh yeah, 100.
Yeah.
His video that he put out when that he put out on his website and the podcast he did when he went overseas and everything like that was done so tastefully and so well, and like
To
it was
Cambodia.
done amazing.
He-
that
he-
was
well,
that
the
was
year
great.
before when he went to China, that one was good too.
that was every time he puts content out, it's always really good.
Yeah. Well, I tell you one thing. Jason Woodward, he won the trophy with the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind. He won our trophy last year for the best CEO communication. I think out of all the CEOs of distributors that are bringing in product, he actually described exactly what was going on with the tariffs, how that affected the businesses, what customers should see. No other CEO was
so
up there.
tasteful, like so tasteful.
No other CEO, and he wasn't even doing it for his customers. He was doing it just for the industry. But no other CEO did that. And I was like, and especially if you do business with a CEO that keeps it, everything to the hip, and they're kind of just not knowing what they're doing. When you see that, it's refreshing.
Well, to me, if you looked at that video, is like everybody, because nobody really knows what's going to happen, where everything's going to fall. And so they just get frozen. So they don't do any real public service announcement. And what he did is say, hey, here's how this thing functions. Here's the skeleton framework around it. This is what you should anticipate. This is what could happen, but that's it. And he didn't go dive deep into like all the little nitty gritty stuff, which is what I really like. So you digested it and you're like, if you didn't know about tariffs, you know way more than you did before, right?
That's what I was doing. I was like, damn, dog, I'm not even buying from you, but I'm learning everything from you. So for that reason.
I hope you can get him on.
Well, I doubt it, because he probably don't like the way I
talking. Michael's just giving you what you need to do. You need to listen to him. He's got you a whole plan set out. He's like, go live.
Yeah, he wants to know. He wants to know.
He wants you in there in person. Go live. He wants you there in person. Like
the last Christmas expo I went to was in Vegas, and it's because I love Vegas. Everyone knows that I love Vegas, so I use that as an excuse to go to Vegas. But I've only been to one Christmas expo. Michael, it was cool.
The one in Vegas, it was like 3 or 4 years ago.
I've only been to one, so don't hate on me. I've only been to one.
Maybe 4.
You've been one more than me.
Oh, it was fine. I mean, there wasn't huge displays like Trans World, like it wasn't over the top like that, but there was a lot of people and product and conversation happening and stuff like that. So, I mean, it was buzzing. So, but that was when we were back in the day when they have the other side, like, Pixels and all that. And we were talking to those people too. So you get more of that.
I think the biggest thing with like putting on an event, no matter what, but like Michael's really pushing for this Christmas Expo because it's here in Dallas, and then it's later this month and everything. But really, it's just to be around like-minded people. So like that good pull, like we were saying with Jason, was because that like we have a lot we could probably talk about, and we're very like-minded. We have a lot in common. And so like there's other sides of Christmas. Like you have permanent lighting guys, you have landscape lighting guys. Like it's all low voltage lighting, but then you don't. It's like I just do landscape lighting, and I'm like, well, I do like 95% Christmas. And so I know about you, but do you know about mine? And you don't get into enough territory of each other to like really like go deep dive into things. And so it's when I go to places is like I just want to be around like-minded people. Like even what I'm doing right now on my day-to-days is like I don't have really anybody to talk to about it. It would be very nice.
Except for your buddy Ron.
Except my buddy Ron, I got to bring him in on.
I don't have anybody except for. Well, I mean, Ron doesn't really count.
Questions now.
0 people. No one.
I could not.
Anyone, if you're doing this, support Joey so he can talk to you about all this coding.
Yeah, if you want to be on the show, give this number right here a call, and you can be live on the show. Be the first caller.
We're here to support you today. Make a pledge. Make a pledge to us.
Yeah, we're passing around the offering plate here in a minute.
Press 1 to vote for Ron.
Directly to the Christmas light installers struggling.
The struggling. I've seen a couple of those. People have been selling their business.
Yeah.
No, the good time in installing is about to come. It's when you start getting into that money. That's
so talking about people like selling their business right there. I would like whenever I look at businesses, some people say, oh, I'm selling it. There could be positive reasons or bad reasons, right? But most opportunity, like Christmas, the business is like, if you can handle it, there is a lot of money in it. So it's like, what else are you going to do? Are you getting older, you're tired, or like you don't want to deal with it? You found other ways to make money, but you got to make a living for yourself, right? Except people are stupid rich, maybe invented, like got into Bitcoin or something early on and just ran into money type thing, And it's like, well, to have where people sell their business is like, well, why? And then I when I look at it, they say how much they're selling it for, and they take pictures, and then you could quickly see maybe why. And then it's maybe not a good thing or a bad thing. So when you see all these people getting out of it, is it all bad, or is it half good? Like what are the reasons people are getting out of it?
Like when we talk about even our business, we're like, are we trying to run a big business? Are you trying to run a lifestyle business? Because sometimes what we want is a business that is centered around, which I feel y'all feel this, is centered around our lifestyle, because we really do only install Christmas lights. So we're lucky, like there's landscapers and stuff like that, and they have other things in the other season, but we don't have that. So we can build our business. Y'all know you can build your contracts, you can improve things and do that. But that also creates, on the flip side, your personal life so that you can positively affect your children. You can positively affect your work-life balance, your marriage, everything like that. So when we talk about our business and we even talk about selling, like, what if you were to sell it? And they're like, okay, we have to exit with us. Okay, what if your work week right now is you are truly working 40 hours a week? Your business is keyed in, your people are keyed in, you're really working 40 hours a week. And then they're like, oh, well, come into our hot mess when we contribute, and then you're going to be working more. You have to ask a lot of questions. So everything about like selling or people selling or this, that, like Joey said, it's not black and white, and it's not always just your business. You know, like it might be something about your personal life and the lifestyle that you want to have. Like our kids, which I know Laura feels, mine and Joey's children will be graduated from high school in 5 years. And anyone that has grown children, me and Joey only have 2 boys. That's it. Just two
That's
many.
it.
Too many, Ron.
And a Gracie.
I have good boys, but our boys go to private school and everything like that. So we are really trying to set them up for success. But in 5 years, our whole life could change. Do we want to run a so involved business anymore in 5 years? These are questions you have to ask yourself, because when you're building out your business long term, you can't be like, oh, this season and then this season. You got to think longevity. Like, what does it all look like, including your personal life? Because you can burn yourself out, and then guess what? Your great business, boom, it's going to go belly down because you're burnt out and you can't put the energy into it anymore. Welcome to my podcast.
Yeah,
That's true.
no, she hit all the points of like what is your, like you say, end goal, but it's like, okay, well, what is your ideal thing at the very end? If you wrote a story about your life, is at the very end with this Christmas thing, what would you want to see? And you don't want to see it die, right? So you want to see it get pushed on to maybe your kids, your generation, like the Walmarts and stuff like that. So generational kind of wealth you're kind of building with like a work, so they can not have to find work. You actually just have it within the thing. Or, you know, do you sell an acquisition? But that's what the 2 options are, is it dies or it thrives on, but you're going to get removed from it. So when you remove yourself from it, can you? And I literally would love to just even talk hours and hours about how people think that they are not involved in their business, because a lot of times you have to have certain systems, components, like what I'm doing right now. Look, everything is getting dumped into what I'm working on, so I can remove myself from my business. And a matter of fact, if you can't get the answer over here, don't come to me. I have to go in there and build it and make it so you can see what I see at all times. That's a real business. But from what I'm seeing online, nobody's saying like selling their digital side of their business, like their databases and stuff, like all that knowledge. And it's because I don't think it's grounded. I don't think you really have it put together. I think every image
really
says
sellable. Like, is it really sellable information?
So you post it on Facebook. Like, why? I would never post on Facebook that my business is for sale. That means it's like, how much is it worth? And it's like, oh, I have this product and I have this client. And then it's like, they don't even say if it's leased or owned. They don't even know the type of terms they have with the clients. Like, it's just so bare bones. It's like you're getting supplies of some contacts that may or may not get it. You're not going to sell that, especially not for a decent amount of money.
That's why I was telling you about when I said there's so many not lower guys, they're middle guys that do a decent job, do a pretty good job, have decent contracts, decent residential, and then they want to sell it off, or they want to do that because they can't keep growing because there's too many decent guys. You need to plateau you need to go into commercial, or, you know what I'm saying, switch it up. You guys already know what I mean. And so a lot of these guys get stuck in this like middle ground, and then they just live there. And then guess what? You can't do there. And everybody doesn't want to you can't retire there. You can't.
Well, they can't break through and level to the next thing because there's too many choke points because they're not running a real business.
And then you're working all the time. So you have no life. You have no balance. You have no anything. And then okay, cool. You run your business. You make $1 million to $500,000, whatever you make a year. But you have no life. And so that's why I always say you have to really think of everything we think of everything in a huge pie graph. Like, how much is each thing taking in the pie graph?
You versus you.
Yeah, you know what Joey told me the other day? He goes,
you see that a little smirk came in Ron's mouth, which I know this is not.
Go ahead, Ron. Tell me what you said.
Joey goes, I don't know how people even think that I'm even on their level. I mean, first of all, if you don't have 2 brains, don't even talk to me. We're not on the same level.
You see Gracie laughing? Gracie's
I was like, do I have 2 brains?
Do you?
I was like, me and Laura put together, that should be 2 in it, or how's it work here? Because I was like, damn, maybe I should hang up the phone now. I don't know what he's talking about.
even mean to call you. I don't even know why I picked up my phone, Joe.
We're not on the same level. Hang up the phone and don't call me again unless you got two brains. And I was like, I got two eyes, I got two hands. I mean, two brain. I wasn't blessed. I got a half a brain, but two brains. I got to get a couple friends together for that.
Bring your brains together.
Tell us about the two brains, because I actually had to chat GPT it, and I found out that I do have two brains, but I didn't know it until I chat GPT.
This is a real, so everybody does that. This isn't a cocky thing. This is like a real scientific thing where you have two.
I was like, I was talking to Joey. I was like, he's like, man, fucking people who ain't got two brains, they're not even on my level and shit. They shouldn't even be talking to us. I was like,
you know how often I have to filter Joey, because our son is like that too. They just give it to you, and then I'm like, no, what he means is.
No, I was like just agreeing with him. I'm like, yeah, two brains. I can't believe people are so ridiculous with only one brain. And then I was like,
you're like idiots.
What the? So I looked it up, and it was like, okay, if you have not counting on AI to know everything. If you have your own grounded knowledge that comes off of this base amount of knowledge, that is a second brain. I was like, oh, okay, I do have that. But at first I was like, And
then Joey's like, actually, no, Ron, it means do you literally have two brains?
No, if you don't have three eyes, just get the fuck away from me. Like,
what
is he talking about? Yeah, exactly. Right, 11 fingers, then get out of here. So tell us about the two brains, Joey.
Go ahead, Joey Murphy.
You chop that up so bad. If Ron can do it, he can do, what is it, a round peg in a square hole type thing? What was that?
Just get a hammer.
Two brains.
You need.
Yeah, it's the ace
you're
of
a dolphin
spades, baby.
and you have.
Look, he's got your.
No.
Yeah. The bottle opener.
So there's when you get so immersed into this stuff, is essentially you're a developer is what it is, and then as you develop, is you start to look at certain things of parameters around your databases. And when you see that, you're like, what matters and what doesn't matter as a number? Is more lines of code better? And no, it actually could be a very bad thing. You want it to run lean. And so what happens is there's a program out there. I don't use it. I actually just built it because that's what I'm doing. It's just building programs all over the place. Mm-hmm. But what it is it's a program called Obsidian, but it takes your database and it makes a visual representation of it, which if you have an interface, you can click around where you need to go. So you don't need to have this query of this database and see these nodes floating around. Well, with it is once I started building it out, is what matters is how things are tied together, a representation of that, and then how many components and actual functions that you have within your website. So if you have a 3-page website, you probably don't have a lot of a second brain in there. So your second brain is basically okay, when you go on somebody's, my front end website is so small. It's 5% of the whole database. The back end to run the company is so massive. It's this portal that you go into and it's huge. And that's where the crystal constellation that I made is. And that's what it's called. Is it called a constellation? Because I made a new one even, but it's a free floats in space. But you're able to see if you go to your pipeline of function in your company, you hit it and it shows all of the tangents that it touches and ties to. And you can see where everything ties to. Well, when you can create a triangle with all the little nodes floating around, pretty much it's like visual representation. When you can see as a human a visual triangle, you can make that autonomous. And that's where you get an AI agent in there because they need to see it. Something happens, they didn't approve their quote. So what do I do with that information as an agent? Then it adjusts and it does things. It's not just if this, then that, like Zapier, these just one little things. AI agents are reasoning. You give it context reasoning, but they only serve one function. They're gears in a giant machine. So when you're able to see that tiny little gear, you can even search for it and do inventory. And all of a sudden, boom, it goes to there and you can literally see and turn it and see everything that touches. That is your knowledge. That's the second brain. And so it looks like a neural network and it looks like things pass to it. And
that's the only way to call you is you got to know all this shit?
Well, you have to have a visual representation of your database or else because
don't bother calling
you. You should have just said, yeah.
Well, it's yeah,
pretty much. I mean, lose my number unless you got a second brain.
Well, nobody talks about it. They'll just say, I don't use Obsidian and all this stuff. And then with it is it's a way to show how big and the components and stringing things together in your company, because nobody just opens up their databases because it has intellectual property. With this visual representation, you can see how big of this program that you're running with is. Like a Ferrari is a Ferrari because of its specs. You want to see the specs? Check out the second brain. But you're not able to see like my quotes. You can't go into there. I can, if you have my authentication, I can go in and search things and do things with it to where I'm even building the second brain to have notifications on it. So they have notifications and they warn me of things. And so I can spin the whole nucleus of this brain and basically target it. And it says, hey, you have 3 quotes that you need to do. So it's like, you literally can spin this database around, find it. You can search it. It's a real, it's the fastest thing. That's what AI uses essentially is these databases is how big is Claude code? Like the real LLM, like how big is it? If you built a second brain of Claude or Gemini, right, or ChatGPT, it would have all its reasoning and it would be this brain. And it's like, how big is it? I would love to see that. You know?
Ron.
Yeah. Chelsea, how do you deal with this, Murphy, over here with this
I'm
done.
stuff?
You didn't answer correctly after this. Joey, that's super interesting.
No, when we went to Vegas, Joey wasn't doing a lot of talking. I noticed that. It was really you was leading the charge.
Business, work, life balance.
Yeah, he was turning it off. He was enjoying his time with everyone.
It cost me too much money to talk about work.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't talking about nothing. He was just like kind of sitting there and just you were doing all the talking. That's what I noticed.
Well, I'm the leader.
Yeah, well, you had all your girls with you, your sisters and
all
friends.
my sisters. I mean, they've all known Joey. I mean, my baby sister wasn't even born when I met Joey. So they've all known Joey since they were tiny girls. So.
You got a lot of sisters too.
I do. I'm the oldest of 8.
Yeah, I can see how a brother can get outnumbered out there real quick.
Yeah, 2 brothers. But you met my brother Trevor. He holds his own.
Yeah, he does.
And my brother,
he does.
My other brother just hides.
He does hold his own.
My brother Trevor can hold his own. He can control a room full of women. He don't care.
Yeah. No pun intended. So Laura, what's going on, Laura? Let's hear a little something from Laura.
I'm just listening to 2 brains and all this other stuff.
We're about to break it down to Vegas. I finally got the Google Photos put together.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. So when everyone knows that we went to Whataburger when we got there, and I've been hearing shit about that. I got text messages from multiple people. Like, I don't know, maybe like 20 people watch the podcast, but for some reason like 800 people watch it after the fact. I don't know, something like that.
I watch it.
And I got text messages, dog, you took her to Whataburger? WTF? I was like, we don't even know each other like that. How'd you get my number? How are you texting me this stuff?
Laura gave it to him.
That's
right. Pretty much. So yeah, let's see what we got here.
It seems like everybody in the world had a problem with you going to Whataburger except Ron and Whataburger.
Yeah, Whataburger didn't mind. It's like, the one thing I didn't say was like, we go to Vegas and then we go to Whataburger. And she's like, man, what? I'm like, bitch, I'm from Louisiana. Say, get yourselves a little Whataburger.
But we went to Whataburger. There's no Whataburger like that.
They don't have Whataburger there? They probably do now.
Raising Cane's started in Louisiana.
Oh, did it?
Down on the LSU campus.
I thought David Merle lived in Louisiana, and then I found out it was Arkansas.
Oh, Joey has a Cane's bracelet.
What is that one? Oh, the love.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to Raising Cane's in Vegas either.
We took the boys one time, but no.
This is when we first got there. So
that's
this is
Crystal Bar.
This is 9:00 in the morning, and the Murphys were already up and turned up. They were turned up. So that was us when I said, let's get a picture of this chandelier. And
that's the chandelier bar. Actually, the first night, that's where we went and had a little.
The crystal. Hey, did you know? I looked up.
No, it's a chandelier.
Well, it's like a chandelier.
Crystal chandelier. Okay.
Yeah. But I looked up, I asked when we got into Vegas what is the gifts that you give somebody for the 15th anniversary? You know how like that old
wood
way of,
and
wood and guess what the 15th was? Crystal.
Oh.
Guess what I named my operating system? Crystal.
Oh.
Is that why?
No, that's not why. It's just,
I was saying, I got to scratch that question off my list of questions. How'd you get Crystal? Who's Crystal?
No, but I didn't. I just named it Crystal because it was a biophilic is what it's called. I started doing AI with images.
A biophilic?
So I started creating with Notebook LM, but I needed a theme. So I did crystals with a biophilic background. That's what you got to tell it, and it'll make it for you. And that's the theme I was going with. And then it just showed a bunch of crystals, and I was like, oh, well, I can name this type of project, this database Crystal. And then we were at
the baseball field. I just want you to know we were at the baseball field when this came about. We were watching our son play baseball. He plays select ball, and he literally was about to warm up, and Joey's like, hey, what do you think if I call it Crystal? And then shows me the picture with all the crystals on it.
Did he tell you about the biophysical things?
Yeah, no, he did. I got the whole story. The stories don't get missed for me, Ron.
I want all the don't.
I get them
spare any
doubled
details.
sometimes triple.
Yeah. All right. So let's get back to Vegas. So that was that, and then the Bellagio. I will say the Bellagio. The entrance. It was nice, but it wasn't as nice as Christmas and Easter. I
They
think.
go all out for Christmas. They change it every season. So it's Christmas, then Chinese New Year. Then
Did you
Easter.
read this? I didn't do this one on this one, but like they tell the story of why they're doing their things, right?
Why
and
they
it's like,
changed
what's the background on this one? Because it was like you said, it's nice, but is it like almost like, oh my gosh, this is like crazy magical?
Well, they called it Paradise. It was the Paradise collection and stuff like that.
Yeah, but is it for some like humanitarian effort or something? You know what I mean? Like there may be a bigger reasoning behind it, but
there's a whole team of like artists that they do, and they plan these out throughout the year, and then they grow the flowers. The MGM owns almost the whole strip, and they actually have greenhouses. If you drive kind of down off the strip a little bit, you'll see them, and there's a bunch of greenhouses, and they actually grow all the flowers you see in all the hotels of any MGM hotel. They grow all their own flowers,
but they control the project from every inch of it, basically, right? So it's like we need flowers, we're not buying them, we're growing them.
Yeah.
Like a whole team. Look at Ron over there taking a picture.
This is me taking pictures because anyone who's Oriental or if you're from Middle East somewhere, those people, they're like my peoples. That's my peoples. And whenever I see my peoples right here, he said, "Oh, Ron, hey, I need you to take this picture." I just knew that we would just hit it off like that. But I just became like, everyone was like, "Hey, can you take my picture too?" And I just became.
Oh, you were like, you had a line going. You were like,
yeah, I started a whole new business right there in the Bellagio
Made $2,000 before you walked out.
Yeah, it was. They were really. Then I said, "Well, babe, we might as well jump in there." See, if you look behind that picture there, you see the lion.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was with the little Bellagio.
You know why it's called the Bellagio?
Why is that?
Because the owner, when he built the Bellagio, and when they were in, I think, France or Italy, they were in a little town, and the river was called Bellagio, and it means center of relaxation.
Oh, I like that.
So he was trying to build relaxation.
That's the Zen garden, and you're like, not impressive.
That's why the gardens in there is supposed to give like this whole like, elegance of relaxation. That's why it has like the old like Roman like Italian type look.
It's the one place that when you go to Vegas, you have to see it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I go
different every time.
Yeah.
Like a year ago, it was on my bucket list to see it every time it changed, and I did that like a year ago. I went to Vegas every time it changed and saw it for a whole year. So,
all right, let's get down through it. All right, so this is like I heard a story about we're supposed to meet Joey at the Aria at 3, or was that what it was? Yeah, and so Laura's like, "Look, babe, I know how you are with directions, and if he's gonna meet you there at 2:30, that's a whole nother hotel that's like 30 minutes away." But it is connected in the back. So let me walk you through there so you don't get lost and not show up on time for Joey. So like at 2:30, I'm like, well, fuck, if it's 30 minutes, I better get going now. So I'm like, I'm like, hey, I'm going to call this dude and get this Christmas thing done because I had some business to take care of. She goes, why don't you call Joey first? And so I called Murphy and I said, hey, man, I'm on the way and we're going to meet in 30 minutes. And Murphy's like, no. Who said to meet at that hotel? I was like, you motherfucker. And he's like, no, hell no, I didn't. I didn't say that shit. Hold up. Oh, sure enough, I did. I was like, okay. So that's how it started. He's like, no, we ain't doing that. We ain't leaving till 3. So I was about to be in a whole nother hotel, really lost at the wrong place. It was actually the other direction. So we meet up at 3 o'clock, and then it was like, look, here's what we're going to do. Let's all pretend that we stole something and then just make a run for it. And Ron, I don't care that your ankle's all fucked up and you got like a ankle brace on and you're having problems walking. Good luck, dog. And then they all broke out into a sprint. Here's the first it was all I could do to catch up. But anyway,
is this a dramatic reading?
No, this is like, I just thought maybe we would slow down for a second, but it was everything I could do to catch up to these dudes.
Well, that's my brother and Joey.
Look how beautiful this is. I'm like, well, look, it's Andre Baselli, And
Bellagio fountain.
he's kicking it out. The Bellagio fountains, it's magic. I don't have my wife with me, which is unusual. I normally always do. But I was like, hold up. And then this was all the look I can get. And then I had to start focusing on Joey and start running again. But anyway, it was beautiful.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh shit, he got some ground on me. I got to, yeah.
So my Fitbit has, are you going to walk your pace or are you going to walk the Ron pace? It literally calls 1.4 Ron pace.
No, we'd never survive, Ron. I be like, I run everywhere I go. I'm like, no.
So
Laura knows. Laura walks.
Yeah, you showed me your ankle monitor.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
real thug got an ankle monitor, homie.
Yeah.
And it's heavy.
And I don't even know if you're talking crap about this guy walks fast or I'm Quasimodo and I'm walking slow. Like, are you talking crap about me or are you talking crap about yourself?
Crap about yourself.
Like,
well, I'm talking about your fucking terrible direction skills right now. That's what I was highlighting.
Well, I did. So I use a lot of dictation now, and I did for some reason said Aria when I said it out loud, but my brain was saying something else, and then you did get Aria. I did miss.
It makes things very difficult.
I did miss.
No. I would say there was a couple question marks in his directions, but anyway. So after we were about 30 minutes past the place we were going, you see this little thing. We've seen all 3 floors of this.
In the Caesars.
I'm pushing grandmas out of the way just to catch up. It's like when you miss your flight.
Wait,
like, let me get your scooter.
Trevor was having a great time because he'd never even been in the city. I forgot he'd never been to Vegas, and we just walk up into Caesars. I'm like, I would have maybe told you a little bit about it before we walked in, but
he slowed down a little bit.
He's like, Joey, are we still outside right now? And I'm like, no, that's just the roof.
It's so great.
Yeah, but we went through all these floors, and then finally we made it to Monte Cristo Cigar Bar, and then we got kicked out of there, right? So this is a cigar bar, because Laura goes, I didn't hear about you guys getting kicked out.
Yeah, nobody shared that story.
Yeah, so this is us. We're sitting here. So basically, we got kicked out, and
we did not.
We got pretty much. You don't have to leave, but I'm not serving you any more alcohol, something like that. Anyway, so we were at the bar. Yeah, you didn't hear about that shit. All right, here, let me tell you the story. So we were at the bar, and but there was 6 of us, I think, right, or 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There might have been 2 more people. There might have been 2 more people there. Anyway, so there's 5 of us, and there was only like 3 or 4 seats at the bar. So we sat down, me and one other person, like, dude, I've been racing after you guys. I'm just glad that everyone's sitting still and not going anywhere. So I'm just going to sit down. They're looking at cigars, and after they're done, they're coming back here, so I don't need to worry about all that anymore. So let me just order a drink and get that out of the way, because they had Chimay Grand Reserve on tap. So I ordered a beer, and then it was like, hey, we don't have enough seats at the bar, so that's someone else. That's a waitress, and you have to close your tab at the bar, and you guys are going to grab a table. So we, don't be coming up here to the bar to be drinking it. You're going to do it with this waitress. And it was like, oh, okay. So they put us back in the corner, put baby in the corner back here where we were talking about the fireplace, and then she probably came by one time, and then it was like we were like dead to them, right?
I would say
it was weird.
The service wasn't good. Like,
you
as far as like
wave your hand, like.
But hey, you got to think about. So there's a fireplace that's right there. There's another fireplace like past Ron's camera that's blocking us. But the thing is that there was only one table. That's this one that wasn't reserved, and so we're like, oh, we'll just take this one. But you see all the reserved around you. You're like, oh, there's probably going to be more people coming. This is definitely going to be an active area. Like, we'll get good service. But once they kind of got like a drink, that girl was like, hey, I'm leaving. That's on this. They don't share tips or anything like that, obviously. So they're like, if you do the bartender, you got to tip him. If you do me, I get my tips, kind of thing. And it's like, it just ruins the customer experience, because you're like, I just want to drink and I want to sit down. I don't care about your process. I don't care if you got to manually put in and split the tip. Just service me. And that's what I didn't like about the place. But they had a good environment, kind of, and good cigars. But to with it, when we sat down there, we're like, you were saying like, hey, my ankle's swollen. Can you get me like a chair or something so I could put it up and everything? It made me walk around so much. And it's like, so
Ron was causing a scene.
But I was like, hey, Apple Maps says it's over here, and Google Maps says it's over here. And she's like, oh, well, we used to have a location there. And I'm like, well, maybe you change it so everybody doesn't go around in circles trying to find your place. And that's when maybe she didn't serve us as well.
Yeah, there may or may not have been somebody in this circle that said, "Hey, you know what I did is I gave her a little $2 tip so that way she'd make sure she comes back."
A little Sacagawea coin.
Yeah, I gave her like a $2 tip, just to make sure she comes back. And then
what did you say? You said, "Hey."
Back.
Back in Vegas in the pool, you said, "Hey, Toots."
Yeah, hey, Toots.
Like, oh, no.
Hey, Toots. Hey, Toots. Get your ass over here.
Ron was in the element.
That's how you talk on the East Coast. Hey, Toots.
And this was Joey's plan. One thing he planned all by himself. So.
Oh, we'll get into that later.
Yeah,
we'll get into your planning and communication later. All right,
okay.
So this is just a picture.
Oh, your room number?
No, we had a whole picture of the room. So I guess I didn't get the video. I just got the picture of the room. There was a whole video showing how cool the room is, the little suite that we had.
Square tub.
The square tub was awesome. We definitely
like
got our money's worth out of that room.
Yeah, it was nice.
Mm-hmm. So then this is like we're on the way to there's a big ordeal at Murphy's Suite, right?
A welcome party. Don't be
a welcome party. It was a welcome party. It was like the shit's about to get turned up. There's going to be alcohol and there's going to be some food and some other stuff there. And we
gave away welcome bags too.
Yeah, just in case they're really not going to have food, why don't we stop for an appetizer just in case? And I'm glad we did because there was a couple little things that happened. But this was the China Bang, and you can look how happy. What was the deal? Lauren? What was the deal with you wearing this crown? Like it was like you were the queen of Vegas,
princess.
Passed it over because I have some pictures in this crown too.
The princess, but it's not called a crown. It's called something else.
A tiara.
A tiara.
Tiara.
Oh yeah. So we had that, and then. This is actually, so as soon as we got up to this welcome party, this is actually a view from his suite. It was our room, right? Yeah, your room, our room. It was our room we were hanging out in.
It was like it had like a little bar area and then like a living room and everything. So we were able to like do the welcome party there and then.
Yeah. And that was like the balcony view, but it wrapped all around so you could see the front, see the side. Very, very nice accommodations. It was actually the same room that Laura and I stayed in December. We stayed in the same exact room, but just the two of us. It was like it's kind of a waste for two people with the 2 bathrooms and all that. But anyway, so moving right along. I mean, the view of this balcony, it was like prime time. What else we got here? The Eiffel Tower. This was inside. Have you ever been to this Eiffel Tower restaurant?
I haven't. No.
It was we went there and they were closed, but you can kind of see like they're going through the kitchen, and then you can sit down and order a drink or something off their like bar menu, like shrimp cocktail or whatever. But the restaurant was closed at the time, so that's why it was empty. But we went in there just to kind of look at it and check it out. And I think you were getting your something done for the wedding. This was wedding day. We were getting hair and makeup done, and Murphy was getting something done. He was doing something. So we said, look, we got some time. Let's go check out this Eiffel Tower restaurant. And it was really nice.
We tried to leave gaps for everybody when we planned this. We didn't want everyone to be hustling.
Everybody is so different too. Everybody is so particular about what they do. And because everybody builds their life a certain comfortable way. And like I like to move and walk around, and Ron doesn't. He needs a wheelchair, so.
Yeah. Well, shit happens.
Here's when we're about to get on the party bus.
So here it's like, you know what? You got to be downstairs in about an hour and a half. Why don't you just, whatever we're doing, stop short, go ahead and get ready, shower up, get our suits on, get our stuff looking good so we can make it look like we were at the beauty salon all day like Chelsea was. And so we were out there, and it was cool because we were all sitting out there, and then all of a sudden, boom, here comes the wedding party. And
T-Rev.
The Murphys come strolling through with all the entourage, and it was a whole thing. Is this a video?
Oh, yeah, it was. The photographer was straight up taking pictures in the casino as we were walking.
Oh, I got entrance videos.
It felt like I was a celebrity.
It looked like you were, because that's the main lobby. Like even people staying at the hotel, they're like, who is that? You know what I mean? Like obviously there's a lot going on.
Shout out to our photographers. If you're in the DFW, Lindsay Holmes, H&G Photography. We used to do her Christmas lights, but she does all she's amazing. So if you're in the
she moved to Florida. She's down in Orlando now.
And she still does pictures here, and she does pictures in Florida. So if you need a photographer, shout out to her. She was on it.
Yeah, there she is right there. Well, there was one person that looked like they were a lighting person, and then
there was a videographer and a backup thing, and then but Lindsay's like been doing this for a long time. Like she's awarded. She's in.
There they are, right there.
Yeah.
Lindsay's like been. There's my baby. There's my oldest.
Yeah.
That dude. We checked his height yesterday. He's as tall as me. Yesterday.
Yeah. Levi's taller than Laura now.
That's crazy.
Anyway, so this is what it's like when you're about to get onto a limousine bus, and I don't know why I was.
There's my other baby. There's my
first. But
they're dressed as Dumber and Dumber. Everyone. That's the whole joke. I'm sure y'all.
We get onto the limo bus, and then like this is the scene right here where you're like, "Fuck, we shouldn't have got on here first. We should have waited for everyone else to figure out where they're going to sit, then get on and take the last 2 seats. You don't go on there and sit right next to the stripper pole. Who does that?"
You do.
But that's what we did. Right?
You think it's like the trolley train, like at DFW, you got to hold on the rail to go to the next terminal?
Yeah, us people be in the back of the bus, But
I need something to hold on to so I don't fall over.
The handicap accessible. Yeah, but then all of a sudden there was some beers and alcohol and bottles of tequila going around.
No, there was not supposed to be any hard liquor. We only brought beer and champagne.
Well, your brother looked like he was sipping on something.
Somebody left hard liquor on the bus, and that bus driver said, "Y'all can have it. They never used this bottle of liquor. Like they left it here and they never used it." Well, my brother was locked in. He was like, "Say less."
No, and it was crunk too. I mean, I wish I knew the songs because we would have been singing along too. But
What's up?
So that was that, and then this is another one.
That's my best friend, my dad. There's my brother, my sis-in-law.
That's the Dos Equis guy right there.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a nice little yawn of encouragement that you're doing a good job there.
The thing is like they'll be like,
my dad was with me the whole time. Like we partied hard the first night, and my dad and my stepmom were with me. And then they did not tap out early, not one single night. They stayed one day over in Vegas, and they just slept and went to dinner. They were like, we're so tired.
Your brother, like you can see right here, like when he starts shifting them feet, some shit's about to happen.
He's about
and he
to
goes.
See how he looks at me for approval? He's like, I'm about to turn.
No. He starts shifting his feet. Watch this. He'll start shifting it. See, right there. That's the sign that some shit's about to happen.
Shuffle, man. That's that jig.
Some shit's about to pop off. He starts moving his feet like that. That's just what you need to know.
He also has 2 beers. I feel like you're like he was sipping on something else. He also has 2 beers.
He's not holding somebody's beer. Those are both of his beers.
Yeah.
That's Brooke. That's Brooke.
That's his wife, right? Or whatever.
She was done drinking. She passed it over.
That's my sister-in-law. That's his wife of like over 10 years. They've been together forever.
Yeah, and then how come I can't go? Is this the last one?
He keeps him in line. He's thriving because she exists.
Yeah, they're a good couple.
Was that?
Here's where we go to the chapel.
What am I doing? I'm frozen here.
Who was it that started the peace signs? Because I have pictures of everybody with peace signs.
The photographer. She told us.
No, somebody else said something.
And just so we're clear, this is peace. This is fuck you in England.
What?
Yes.
But I had this one, remember? And they were talking about me
but
because
this,
I said,
you're okay.
Nah, I have this one.
Yeah, Chelsea, they were saying Chelsea she had to do sideways.
They said all the pictures of me doing this.
Yeah, or else you're not from Louisiana. I want your card back.
Ratchet City.
Yeah, this is like, Elvis can only be in one building, and then Elvis needs to leave the building so someone else can go in the building every hour, I guess it is. So this is where we're waiting on somebody to get out of our room so we can get in there and get our thing going, right?
Yeah, we only had to wait like 4 or 5 minutes.
I thought we were waiting on these freaking people. I was like, man, it looks like if they haven't went in yet, we're going to be there for a while. But apparently, this guy shows up.
They were next. There's 2 chapels.
There's 2.
Yeah,
they're next door. Yeah.
Yeah, we figured all that out. But yeah, this is the fam right here, right?
Yeah, that's all my sisters, brothers. There's 3 sisters right there and a brother.
So I was like, there's the chapel. All right. With a barbershop and a chapel, you can get everything done right there. And then this is us. This is us. This is
those beautiful flowers.
Yeah.
That's the one you used for AI, didn't you?
Yeah, one of
you know
these.
it.
Well,
No,
one
like
of
that
these,
looks
yeah.
like it ripped our faces and everything off of that
It
one.
totally.
Yeah,
totally
no, it was this one. It was a
Ron's
different
AI
one.
looks okay. There's my boys, Dumber and Dumber.
They look good. I tell you what, the part where it was kind of like it's reading the valve, and
Look at my baby. He's
Murphy
fun.
didn't make it through the valves.
No,
And
he
then
didn't.
then Chelsea was like, "Come on now, get through." And then Chelsea couldn't make it through the valves.
I choked up only like twice. I was good.
And then the
baby.
kids couldn't get up
The
there,
kids
dude. It was
lost
very
it.
emotional. It was very emotional.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was
the boys.
nice.
Well, I mean, my oldest didn't lose it because he's never, he shows no emotion.
Yeah, he's like, when are we getting out of this place?
He roasted me
Yeah.
as soon as he walked up there. He was like,
Yeah, he's like, "Ma, I never asked to come here. I don't want to be here. You're forcing me to be here. So stop asking me if I'm having a good time."
he loves hanging out. He just likes to do his own thing. You got to give him breaks. He's not one of those type
Yeah.
of dudes that wants to be with people like 24/7. He's like,
So-
and after he was like,
Whoops.
look at my brother. There he goes.
Oh yeah, yes. I didn't mean to cut you off, Chelsea. Go ahead.
No, look at this. Look at these beautiful florals.
You can't stop.
So we all know how that song goes.
I also was mixing all the music. A lot of y'all might not know, but I DJ as like a hobby, and so I
thought Murphy was the DJ, and then apparently
I've never
it's
been
you
the
are
DJ.
And so it's just a hobby. And so I was mixing everything, like all the playlist, all the songs, everything. I was mixing it like as we were going, just from my playlist that I had already put together. Because, of course, I don't have my soundboard right there. And so I was really controlling the vibe.
You did a good job. I thought the music was good, except for I didn't know anything on it.
It's okay.
Any of
That's
the
not
work.
the
But
point
I
of
was
DJ.
like,
It's for the vibe.
when I seen your brother like getting after it, I was like, fuck, man, I wish you would just play a song I know. I'd go up and down that bus. I'd be really showing off. But I didn't know one song. I mean, I know the stanky leg. The stanky leg, I knew that one.
I didn't see you going off on the stinky
I
leg.
didn't see you.
Well, at that point, it was like,
He's got the ankle monitor weighing him down.
yeah, I was like, do the stanky leg with an ankle monitor. I mean, that would have really made it legitimate. But
$1 million fam shit,
We're going to shout out my city in this song.
this is where I'm like looking at Laura like, what do you think? Are you having a good time so far? You having a good time so far?
Laura was deep with the girls most of the time. When you
Yeah,
weren't.
no, the people even beside us were like, are you guys okay? And we were like, just totally speechless, like not a word that was being said.
Well,
We were alert.
Trevor's you can obviously see Trevor's a performer, and so you're at a theater
We
right
were
now.
at a show. You were watching him perform for you.
Like you just
Exactly.
didn't pay admission.
Oh,
The whole entertainment
there.
for this ride was to get my brother to put on a show for y'all, and that's what we did. Like we.
well, he was putting on a show before we got. Before we got there,
And
then
after.
when he stepped up in the middle, like I did the officiating 15 years ago, and then what's going on, and he was turned up for the officiating.
Oh yeah, he was. It was emotional though. I had everybody kind of messed up a little.
Well,
bit.
he was the life of the party.
He
until
always
the
is.
dinner.
He's
Yeah.
been like
Yeah.
that since he was a child. He always is. He's
Yeah.
so much fun. He's
That's
such
Rev-
a good person
yeah.
too.
That's Rev Trev. It's our
That's
Reverend
Rev
Trevor.
Trev.
Rev Trev.
Oh, Rev. Now, keep in mind the fucking bus is moving. Like it's stopping at stoplights and taking off, and like
And-
he's
and-
like got his balance.
And no
Right.
handles anywhere.
No,
Except for the stripper pole.
Like he ain't hanging on to nothing. He's been drinking heavily, and the double-fisted myth that we just disproved that. But he's like drinking heavily.
Okay,
and
in Trevor's
he's dancing
defense,
the whole
he
time
has-
while the thing is moving.
Hey, in my brother's defense, he has 5 kids, and he is a stand-up, the most outstanding father you will ever meet. He shows up for every practice and works his tail off for his kids, and his wife is a stay-at-home mom. So you know what? If he wants to cut up a little bit, we all are there to support Bubba cutting up because Trevor, he goes hard for his family. So every once in a while,
Oh,
we'll
man,
really
I-
come out.
I-
And
I
so
ta-
when he cuts up though. He comes out.
So this is cool because his nuts are like in Joey's face right here. Let me rewind this back just a little bit because I was like, that was when he went into the full on like nuts in Joey's face. That's when I was like, that might be crossing the line. I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but then I think because the bus was stopping, he just kind of got off balance, but he got it right back. Watch.
What are you?
Big from Louisiana, you know we go down. It's what niggas about that action. We don't really fuck around. It's what niggas.
I mean, it was like that for, I don't know, for an hour and a half.
At least.
It was like an hour and a half. It was like that the whole entire time.
Well, we had multiple stops, right? And so everybody got a little bit of a break and then also come back on the bus.
Yeah. So this is like kind of what Laura and I were going through. This is a little.
Having a great At this one, he ran up to our dad and said, "We're getting money." I didn't like my dad. That's why the bus was moving.
So anyway, we felt like celebrities back there in the back of the bus. That's for sure.
Word.
Yeah. And then here's more videos of your brother. Maybe it's gonna.
Got 1,000.
It's just like the stability. I would
And then he rapped at me because we love together. So these are like our mom.
So I was just thinking, like, damn, how come we don't know the words of this song? I
Laura
mean,
knew the words. She just didn't want to embarrass you.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, Laura actually knew the words. Okay.
Yeah. And then so let's stop here. So this is the
Dinner.
I got to go forward a couple times because
we went and had the ceremony.
Oh, hold up. Shit, I missed the whole damn thing.
I mean, what the hell's going on here?
I'll take over, Ron, while you get your pictures together. We had the ceremony, and then we got back on the bus. We went to the Las Vegas sign. If you've been to Vegas, you got to see the sign at least once. Like, you got to go see the Welcome to Vegas at least once. So we did that because my brother had actually never seen it. So that was cool for him. And then we got some really cool pictures, honestly, in our gear in front of that sign. So that was cool. And then
they told all of us to wait on the bus. It's like, look, we're taking pictures with all the important people, and y'all just stay on the bus.
Anyone could have got off.
We'll let you know if we want pictures with extended family. We'll let you know. But for now, just y'all five. Y'all are not really essential.
That's not true.
Just stay on the bus.
Liar. You guys all know this. Then we headed over to the MGM Grand. It's called the library. It's inside, and we had a little private room. And it's like had books all over the wall and stuff like that. And it had a little bartender and stuff. And we had a couple different options. So then we did a little cocktail hour and then some sides. And then I think almost everybody but like 3 people ordered the steak.
I bet you that dinner was $20,000.
That steak was delicious.
Do you want to know how much it was?
Yeah.
Don't say it, Chelsea.
We do not want to.
It's fine. Just leave it alone. It's all good.
It was fabulous.
It was but that's the thing is like that's one of the biggest
things worth
Chelsea wanted.
There's nobody listening. There's nobody listening. I mean, who am I going to tell? Nobody.
Ron.
Just tell me.
Let me pop up the graph that I just showed that people aren't listening. You know, no, you did that at the beginning of the podcast. You're like, there's people in Australia listening.
Nobody's holy listening. Shit! You know how much they spend on dinner in America?
No, but it was like what?
Dinner 20, was important.
Yeah, it was like 24
it was the
people
highlight.
Or something. But when you look at it, is like breaking bread and gathering and stuff is when if you're a foodie, after you're done eating, when you looked at everybody's faces after that meal, everybody's in a good mood. You know what I mean? So that's a big thing when Chelsea wanted to put this on and everything. We went to the library.
Michael, the library.
It's at the MGM Park, but it's called the library. It's a private room.
So it's called Italy.
Italy's in the front.
Italy is like the most beautiful street vendor Italian experience in Italy with the best restaurants and the best display of cold cuts and stuff like you're in Italy. And then if that wasn't good enough, there's a private something for if you want the private VIP experience. That's the library. That's like you want the next level.
But it's a restaurant in the private.
It is a restaurant. Yeah, it's a restaurant you can eat at. And then because every time me and Joey go to Vegas, we try to eat somewhere new and different. And I actually hadn't eaten there. and I heard it was good reviews. Last time we went to Vegas, we ate at the Pisces restaurant.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That was really good.
Yeah.
But we went there, and it was really important to me. Like my biggest thing when I was planning the whole thing was the dinner, honestly, because everyone knows I love to cook. I cook a lot. And I also am a huge foodie. One of mine and Joey's hobbies that we do together is we go out to eat and try different foods in restaurants. We've tried a ton in the DFW. Like we have a huge list. And so this is something we like to do. So I really wanted to, my whole goal with the renewal was to have everyone experience like my favorite way to do
fine
Vegas.
dining. Private fine dining. Like how many times do you get to do that really in a year? Even us is like, we'll go out to eat, we go to a nice restaurant, but it's not private fine dining. That's a whole nother level, you know?
And then you were going crazy on that tuna tartare run.
Well, that's because I was sitting next to your brother. And he's like, tartar? What's a tartar? I'm like,
told me,
well,
he
raw
said,
meat.
he said, I liked the beef tartare, Chelsea. Well, sister, he doesn't call me
5
Chelsea,
times. He said that 5 times.
He's like, I like the beef because he kept getting them to circle around. He's like, but I did not like the tuna tartare, but Ron liked it so much. I didn't want to make him feel bad. So I just kept like supporting him while he was eating
I
it.
was like, you know, because the way they had the table set up, let's get into it.
It had like a wafer bread with it. It was so good.
Laura,
that was a long table.
Laura never gets a chance to say anything when Chelsea's around. Laura.
Yeah, Laura.
I'm good. I'm having a good time.
Tell them about
a good time.
This little bar. So like you have your own room and your own bartender and your own everything.
Yeah.
And I went and you go up there and they're just like, just whatever you want. It's like, I don't know, it's free. Somebody's paying for this. This is pretty nice.
I know it's Dad.
Right.
What's the damage? They're like, go sit down, sir.
Yeah. Don't worry. Chelsea's brother already gave us a $2 tip. You're good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. So this is like this is
the table.
so I'm sitting like I said, you know what? I learned my lesson on the buff. So let me just wait till I sit down. And the only 2 seats left were the ones right next to your brother. And he was saucy. He was saucy. So I sat next down to him. So I was sitting next to. We're having a good time.
Louisiana saucy. It's just
That's normal in Louisiana. You expect it.
Well,
Goose, that's a goose. What do you think?
I was like, this guy's the life of the party, and finally, I'm going to be right next to him. So we're about to turn up.
You felt good about yourself.
Yeah, and then I realized that he had so much to drink and was leaving or something, or his
no. His wife needed to. She had to go. She
wasn't feeling.
He has some medical things.
Yeah,
she has medical things that are.
Yeah, she does have medical things.
She has a medical history, and sometimes she has to tap out a little early. So he took her back to the hotel. He rejoined us, and you remember he
came back that night. You know,
he came back to the after party.
So this is what a steak looks like.
Yeah,
filet mignon, beef tenderloin.
I will have to say, when I cut into that thing, I knew like it was a good cut of steak because literally, it's like they didn't even give you a steak knife. It was almost like a butter knife, and you just go to cut it, and you're like, whoa. This
was
velvet.
A very good meat. Yeah. And just when they brought out the tuna tartare, it was so good. But then these the family members from Louisiana looked like they'd never seen it before, and they had a bite of it, like it's my first time trying. It's okay, but they would leave like the whole damn plate, like they were just gonna throw this shit away. I'm like, hell nah, shit, I'll eat everybody's tuna.
No, everybody. It was family style. Besides your main course, everything was family style. So everybody because what they did is they did a cocktail hour, and they walked around, and everybody had during the cocktail hour, they had the beef tartare, like I said, and then like cheese stick thing, and then like a chicken and thing.
Oh, they had like a chicken biscuit, and I was like,
chicken biscuit. My sister-in-law loved the crap out of that.
Oh yeah.
Like everyone had like 4 or 5 chicken biscuits, and it's like,
they were good. They actually were very good.
Here in a minute, because
no, I saw the tuna tartare, and I looked to because they share it family style, and then you look to the left, and they're like they barely touch that plate. I was like, give it over here, because I've been conservative with this tuna tartare. I'm gonna slop the whole thing on there, and on top of that bread, and it's like I need more bread over here. You know what I mean? But I think with the meal,
the appetizers, yeah.
The thing with the meal is like when you have all those people, even if you were to cook that meal or anything, when I look at it, is like you got to hit everybody has to have something they like. Like those chicken biscuits, Brooke loved them. She was like, I need more of these, right? But you were the tuna tartare guy, and then everybody.
No, I'm the fucking steak and potatoes. You know what I'm saying?
You were everything. You were the everything guy. That's what you were.
I was hungry, bro. I was like, the last time they said they were going to have food, they didn't actually have any food. So since we actually have food, I better eat while I can.
You had food the whole time.
I filled up. Like, as soon as we went to the after party, I was like, oh my god. I mean, we had
everyone headed back to the after party. That's where
Laura's acting weird again. Let's go.
You act like you're a hibernating bear or something. You're like, feed me large amounts of food and I can't move too much. Like, what is this? You're like, I'm hungry. It's time to eat. It's like, dude, I eat a whole cow. It's like
rule number 1: never take a chicken wing off a fat man's plate. That's rule number 1.
No
anyway,
chicken wings.
So you're calling yourself a fat man?
No. I'm just giving you a hypothetical. Anyway, here it is.
Yum yum yum.
I went to a party and I made like
my sister
and I made
my brother, Joey, me. More there's my son, sister. And this is a family table. Ron and Laura just got dropped into the middle of a family time.
It was great.
Yeah, like we weren't part of the family at all.
You are.
I know. We became a part of the family on the trip.
Laura did sick in a hurry. Everybody was obsessed with Laura.
So this
is my brother cutting up as usual.
He was kind of calmed down at this point.
Yeah, he tapered off here.
That's his energy. He loves to have fun.
So you see right there is I don't drink in all of 2026, no alcohol, and it's like Vegas, and it's like, do you want to drink? And I'm like, no, I'm good. So what me and Chelsea do when we go out is have coffee, especially with dinner.
I thought that was weird, right?
No, it's so good. And so this right here is I went up to the bar and I'm like, hey, do you guys have coffee? And they're like, yeah. And I got one for us. And then when it came to our table, everybody's like, where'd you get one of those? And then everybody else started ordering coffee with it. But yeah, having like a cappuccino, Americano or something at dinner time. Oh my God. Better than dessert.
With your dessert, I'll usually do one drink, eat my meal, and then I'll do a coffee with my dessert.
It's amazing.
For the rest of the night too.
All right, let's move on to the next one here.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, that's a good look. See, when they had this, when the steak came out, you were pretty much already full, and then they had these freaking mashed potatoes. The macaroni and cheese was like, oh my God, it was to die for. And they had this creamy ass mashed potatoes.
It was so good.
And it was like, oh my God, I have to keep eating. I can't stop.
So are you? Chelsea and me are really different of how like our plates and how we eat. You know, we've been married 15 years and you kind of know. Chelsea doesn't really like her food to touch each other. Me, I'm like, look, I'm like, look at all these combinations. What does the cheese taste like with the steak? And how does the mashed potatoes taste like
drag this through the mashed potatoes with this filet mignon.
That's me. Like that. No.
Yeah, usually I don't want my food to touch. That's usually like children do that.
No, Chelsea doesn't.
People who don't want their food to touch, who know how to cook and know it was made correctly.
Usually,
I was going to go to culinary school, Ron, and so I want to taste the flavors of each individual thing to see what's in them. Because a lot of times, Joey knows, I'll recreate something we eat.
But I didn't know you went to culinary school.
I wanted to, so I got
and she wanted to be a lawyer, but she's not going to give you law advice right now.
I'm not going to give you law advice. Like
you're not doing that all of a sudden. Oh,
a DJ, lawyer. Yeah.
I was going to be a DJ, a lawyer, a cook.
Just so I can be perfectly clear, the Murphys left us there too, right?
Oh my God! It was everybody was going to get an Uber.
Look, this is Mr. Directions himself. He's like, all right, guys, I got a game plan. Huddle up. We're going all the way through the casino, all the way straight. Just whatever happens, all the way straight. So then I was like, all right, cool. And then they burned off, and we're like sitting here limping because Laura had these like 5-inch heels on, and with my bum leg, we were walking the same pace. And then he was like, well, the Murphys already left. They're all gone. But the parents are still here, but they're still walking faster than us, too. I'm like, shit, well, hopefully we'll figure it out. We went all the way to the MGM Park, to the Italy. We made it all the way to the Italy and passed it. And then the guy's like, oh, man, it's way back there. And it was like,
so dramatic.
The Murphys must not be used to hanging out with elderly people or something.
I don't. Are you
Well,
elderly?
you run a business. I assume you can get where you need to
It's
go.
like natural
Like,
causes. It's
don't
like,
you run a business?
Grandpa
go to
got
people's
hit by a
houses?
bus and he died of natural causes.
Okay, moving on. This
You're
was
like, what are you
actually
talking about?
after.
Like, well,
Lord, move the conversation.
if he was younger, he could have
That's
got
right.
out of the way, so it's natural causes. Yeah. Anyway.
Calm
He's that guy.
down.
So anyway, that was us after the dinner.
And as usual with my eyes closed.
We
there you go.
felt like we were on top of the world. And that's a peacock, I believe, behind us there. Yeah.
It was a very cool wall.
And then the New Kids on Chelsea, you probably never heard of these guys, but New Kids on the Block.
The New Kids on the Block.
So we had all the ladies. It was the Cougar Night at the New Kids on the Block concert. So we seen a couple of those lined up. It was right next to where we were going to dinner. So it was all the 40, 50-year-old ladies. And they were all lined up with a cigarette hanging off their lip and with their New Kids on the Block shirt, and they got their tickets in hand, about to go in there.
That theater is actually really good. That Dolby Theater at Park MGM. That's actually a really good theater if you ever can see a show in there.
Well, Laura's a big fan of New Kids on the Block. I thought she was going to break out into the oh.
It's actually my sister.
Should have
That's her jam.
The right stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't know that they were there. Yeah, Laura's sister's a big fan. And then, so I got my ho swimming trunks on. So anytime you see me out there, you might see me with my ho swimming trunks.
And we had a cabana day the next day.
I never seen that before. What was your experience with that cabana, Laura? Because I've never seen luxury like that.
Shut up.
The way they did the cabana. What?
It was great.
But
Look at
he
this
didn't
fashion.
eat the
Look at
whole
this
time.
fashion
Pretty
statement,
sure
Chelsea.
we ordered food for the cabana, and you said you didn't eat the whole time. There was also food in the cabana.
Oh, I know. So anyway, so this
He
is
just didn't eat
Beach Ron
in the cabana.
This is Beach Ron holding Laura's purse. Yeah, this is Beach Ron. And I thought I had some good ones. I had my meta glasses. I got some good ones with my meta glasses, but I'll have to share this somewhere else. I got something more. We were in the pool. Really cool stuff.
That's where you did the hey toots.
Yeah, hey toots.
Hey toots. Bacardi and cola, do it.
Hey, sweet cheeks over here. Yeah. So anyway, this
you
is
get punched in the face in 2026 if you talk about that, dude.
So Laura was asking me, she goes, well, when you guys were lost and you walked for 3 hours around in circles, what did you see at least? Can you share? I was like, babe, I'll take you for the tour of where we went. So we spent 3 hours and we went on that tour.
That's what Trevor and his my sister-in-law Brooke.
Yeah, they went.
Because she said the same thing, and he took her over there.
It felt weird going without
It's
Laura.
very cool.
It felt weird.
That's what he said. He's like, I got to bring Brooke back here. Like, I don't know why I'm here.
Joey's a jerk for that.
Well, that's where the cigar place was.
Well, it was the guys were hanging out. I mean, because Laura goes, hey, Joey didn't ask me. He just told me men are going this way and you are going to hang out with the ladies. That's what's getting ready to happening, and we're leaving. And she's like, he didn't even make it sound like that it was even an option that I should get
we went
with.
on an adventure. Me and Laura did. She went with my stepmom and my best friend.
I really wanted
on the Vegas Strip to find a liquor store because we needed some liquor for the for the welcome dinner.
Yeah.
So we walked down the Vegas Strip, found us a little ABC store.
Laura helped out with that, I think. Huh?
No, she was with us, and then she had to walk back with us, and then we almost got into a fight with the homeless man because he said the homeless man had a sign, and it was provocative, and then he would drop a "just kidding" sign. I said, "Oh, look, he changed his sign," and he goes, "Usually when people like my sign, they throw me $2 or $3," and I said, "I didn't say I liked your sign." So Laura was like, "Keep it moving."
Yeah.
Gonna fight with some bums in Vegas.
Laura's like, let's just keep on going.
Keep moving.
I have a white dress on. I'm holding a purse that was hand crocheted in Costa Rica, and I'm fighting with a homeless man. This is the scene Laura's on right now.
Shit happens, man. Shit happens. Anyway, so this is us on the tour.
Welcome to the scene. Fountain of the gods. Don't.
Yeah, and then if you're a hard rock fan, the guitar is almost done.
Yeah, but they're not going to do a top. It's just going to be lights.
Oh,
they're going to shoot lights.
Well, lights
up,
are going to shoot up. Yeah, but there's a venue like at the bottom of it, so they're going to hold concerts and stuff there, and that's where I'm like, I would actually go and see a concert there. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's like pretty much done, and then they're just gonna have see that white at the top. There'll be lights shooting out of that as the handle.
Yeah, you can see the renderings online.
And then this is Laura's. This is Laura's.
I gotta be all rude. I thought it was gonna come from
Laura
the other
was
direction.
Laura was over here on the side balcony facing the strip, and I guess I had the best position here. But anyway, that was the plane, the flyover.
And what was cool about this when they did that? Every single sign on the strip was an American flag. It was pretty cool.
I know.
I've never seen that before, and that was actually
very
pretty cool.
patriotic. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to me.
Let's see here.
We didn't get to see the fireworks because we were in a wind advisory, so they didn't do the fireworks that night, which sucked. But
yeah, but this is the old planes right here.
Cool,
it was very windy, very very windy that day.
Yeah, they shut the cabana down because it was too windy.
Yeah, I like
that pool was on the 14th floor.
I like how the people at the cabana, like when your towels blew away and your shirt blew in the pool and your drink fell over. Because it was so windy, the lady was like, "Oh my gosh, this is perfect. I know you think it's windy, but just think that we're on a yacht and it's wind coming off the ocean and that's the scene that's going on." I was thinking, now that is how you spin it. That is a professional. That's how you do it. No wonder, right? That's exactly what they said, isn't it?
Lord.
I was like, I like that. And then what's this? Oh, this is when they were coming back. Yeah,
They did a circle. They went up and down the strip.
They went down to the Hoover Dam.
The second pass over the strip was kind of cool because it came right over our heads. Like you didn't even hear him or see him. Then all of a sudden it came.
The room was perfect that we were in, though.
Yeah.
And then the Bellagio was red, white, and blue.
Yeah, the Bellagio. It was definitely a showstopper for sure. And that's it. And then this is this picture right here. This is Laura and I.
At the airport.
Well, not just at the airport. This is at the airport saying, "Let's get a midnight flight."
So
and actually left at 12:30 or something, right? So we had been up, and then we got rid of our room, been at the pool, been walking around, all this shit, the flyover, all that. So everybody's going to sleep. Like, hey man, we're going to bed. I mean, I know y'all got a flight, but we're going to bed. So we had all of our stuff in the Murphy's room, and then when we went to the airport, it was what 10.
Yeah.
And then the flight didn't leave till like
1.
The United Club was closed, and so we didn't get on the airplane until at 12:30, and then stayed awake almost all the way home. This is first class right here. Stayed awake all the way home, and then drove home. By the time I got home, I was delirious as MF.
It was 6 o'clock in the morning.
Plus, I had a whole bottle of those gummies, and I ate the whole damn thing right there on before, during, and after the plane. So yeah, I slept pretty good when we finally got back.
We needed a nap. No, we took a 5 a.m. flight. Oh, or 6 a.m. flight.
I would have rather that.
Yeah, she wouldn't let me living it down.
And honestly, we're kind of lucky in DFW. It's not too bad from the airport.
It was 2.5 hours.
20 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so that's
an hour. And
that was us on the way back.
About 3 hours after I got back, I had to go to an estimate.
Yeah. It was an Indian estimate too that already has C9s from 5 years ago still up, and something else.
It was.
Temple.
That's the thing though. Like I just got an email from one of our commercial people and everything, and it's like right now is like people are very much trying to put effort towards Christmas lighting. Like we do it year round and we plan for everything. Then there's like other people try to come in and like do these things, and I'm seeing like everything is layers to it. And even with this, like this email thing, this is like not our best account based on profit versus man hour and stuff, because that's what I look at a lot, is like that's a key metric. And it's like, okay, well, what are they proposing that they'll do? Because like maybe they'll go with somebody else, because it is open for contract again. Very small HOA and stuff. And it's like, well, what would they do? And I look at the list and I'm like, this isn't commercial stuff on this, because even if you were to buy it like at bottom tier pricing between these vendors and put up quality stuff, they're just not doing that. Yeah. So a lot of times like a section of garland or a bow is not equal. It just isn't equal. And everybody thinks of a bow they're all the same.
Well, everything
like
is board members. And then like, yeah, exactly. Your product isn't the same. It doesn't look the same. And then when they reach out, they're like, oh, I can go to Sam's. You know, we've even had HOAs straight up measure our reefs and then go to like Costco and say that we're like, these are, and you're like, flip it over. The wiring isn't even like the same and stuff like that. And so we do not like to install any customer-owned. We don't do it at all on the residential sector.
Y'all install Home Depot lights though, as long as
Yeah, we do.
grade,
we
right?
buy them at the beginning of the season. If you get a pallet, they'll give you a good deal.
Talk to customer service. If you buy in bulk, they'll give you a
buy
good
in bulk.
Yeah,
Do
not
that.
Walmart. We don't do that, but Home Depot, we do install Home Depot.
Get a Home Depot Pro account. That's where you start. This is successful. How to get to $1 million. This is how you do it.
We do like to we do recycle. We recycle everything, but no Home Depot.
Well, the way the prices are going, like we really have to recycle some socket lines, some other things that it's pretty good. But if it was a good economy, you'd be like, it's not worth the labor hours to even.
The only thing that sucks when you're recycling, I'm sure Laura and you feel this, is the whites. Everybody's want whites, cool whites, pure whites in different company, even through the years and stuff like that.
The Kelvin temperature.
Yeah, you have to be really careful. and in the purples, Minleon's purples, never the same, not 1 year.
Yeah, like 2021, there was black light purple is what I call it, because it looks like a black light.
And there was somebody who wanted that for Halloween. So
it looks like a blue purple. It's like really weird. But once you see how like even LEDs are manufactured and made, especially the phosphorus coatings on LEDs for like white and stuff, is like what does make that W chip and what happens and what are some things that could happen if like it is not doing its right thing as it's manufacturing. And once you kind of understand all of those, is like, well, that Kelvin temperature range, that's really what it is a range, and then you can't match it because your eye notices the white's so different. It's more than even like you can be off a little bit on purple and it'll probably be fine. Purple and pink are actually kind of the worst, but with like a green is like, it's mostly due to the shell of it, right? It's the faceted shell. Is Minleon has like a lime.
We're talking about incandescent or LED now?
LED.
We're still talking about LED, but like just a different brand, like even the shell.
But even incandescent is people like, I don't want that LED white.
I want
like,
the double dipped. The double dipped, not the single dipped.
I mean,
I remember that.
2 scoops chocolate dipped LED. That's the one I want with sprinkles.
You have the thin shell one, like Grandma and Grandpa, where the paint flicks off. You need the double dip, just the incandescent.
Yeah.
I remember those days.
But it's like everybody just, when they come into Christmas, it's a seasonal thing. And then they're like, I don't want the LED white. And it's like, even when that's what I mean by that second brain. Like, we're really not on the same page right now. You know what I mean? When you say an LED white, what do you mean? I have to educate
the blue
you.
one. They want the blue. They don't want the blue one.
The tint of blue is
which
cool
is
white.
the LED white, yeah.
Which is cool
it's
white.
also about having tools like quickly to like, I'm sure you guys have a picture and a video of the different whites so that I can, show anybody, even a property manager. We'll even drop off reefs, like, because we custom make our reefs for pretty much every single property that we have. Do the ornaments, lights, everything. Gracie over here, shout out, is like super fast. And we will drop them off at the properties managers for HOA meetings so they can truly see how the whites are going to look, what it's going to look like. Like, is this what you're looking for? Is this what you're interested in and stuff? Just also, it's a way to put your face to it, because even though technology being quick, having systems is always super, super important. You'll constantly hear me say that there is a layer and it's like the icing on the cake of still having human interaction. Like when someone calls your phone, they want to talk to you. They'll use your systems all day long, but when there is a problem, how does your customer get in touch with you? Immediately, like in their mind, immediately, not going through steps, not putting in a request, not doing that. Where is the avenue that if I'm upset or I have a problem, how do I talk to someone immediately? And I think sometimes that icing on the cake, everyone misses a little bit. Like you still should be answering your phone. Like if you're calling people back or texting people back at the end of the day, that's not the best idea. Like it's okay to have an answering service. We do like, hey, are you looking for a new quote? Put a request in on our website, blah, blah, blah. But if not, hit, and then there's like 3 extensions so you can get to who you need to. And you'll tap right into me or Gracie. It flips between the two of us and we'll talk to you about whatever you want to talk about. But then I will encourage you to go put your information into the system. I'm like, well, for me to start a quote, you got to put your information into the system, because then I know capturing data and customer data is so important. We all know that. And so you still want to encourage that, but you can't kill off the customer interaction part, because that is what's going to divide the market a lot I'm the older the dinosaurs are going to get too behind in keeping up with the quick technology, and the young kids are going to forget about the human interaction. So you need to merge them together. You need to put old school.
No, Chelsea hit the nail on the head there. Is that
I'm gonna throw my mic down and get out.
Why are you always dropping nuggets, Chelsea?
Because she only
let Murphy get a couple good points in there.
I'm gonna
I'll be right back. Y'all said
I'm going to reaffirm what she said because I have nothing to add because she added everything.
Yeah.
No, it's with it, it's like
add.
even with the system that we built and everything, it's also like once you speed yourself up, do you take more vacations? Do you take more time? The business is easier to run. Or like you're going good, but it's like, well, human in the loop. So what I mean by the loop is the process is like when you go to do quote job invoice or whatever it is, and you got to prep things. And where are you at in the loop of that? Well, like when you get a CRM, it speeds you up just a little bit because you don't have to go collect the money. It automated just drops in. I got to pay a little fee, but we need to make this thing faster. I don't need to make as much money. I just need to be faster. And so with Chelsea we were looking at it and it's like, well, what is our client experience and how can we improve it? Let's just hyper focus on that. You be the client. And we still run these scenarios every day because these scenarios test you. They really do. And not in a real life environment. Like Ron says, is you take all that time to get the lead. Once you got it, you should be executing, right? You should be planning and executing. And so like with Gracie, I was like, well, if somebody does have a complaint, like Ron walking around Vegas, he has a smartphone in his pocket and he can take it out at any time and do it. But why doesn't he do that to see where we're going? It's because when people are frustrated or they have a problem, they want it solved as quickly as possible. They do not want to like take time to solve their problems. That's most people. I have a problem.
To be a trusted source.
I have a problem. I need to get there fast. How can I get there fast? So like with our system is I just looked at it and I'm like, well, if somebody has maintenance, because maintenance is a big thing in a Christmas light company. It's not just install and take down. There's you should calculate maintenance as a huge thing.
That's how you can lose them too, maintenance.
It's because that's quality control, quality assurance. That's a big part of your business of the white glove, red carpet service that you say you are. You better have a good maintenance systems and processes to make sure that their stuff is shining at all times. And so with it is how many button clicks does it take our customers to put in a maintenance? I think we probably are the fastest, less button clicks that are in the entire industry right now. And because I'm hyper focused on it while everybody else is working, doing pressure washing, everything else, we're literally looking at the button clicks of our clients for Christmas right now.
It's the customer experience. That's part of the customer
looking
experience.
at it
for months, and we dissect it until it gets to the point where we think it's good. And then how many people are going to use it, right? So it's like how many people will just call because that's the repetition versus hitting those 3 buttons and boom, I can see the maintenance in real time sensing. It's a great thing, but how many people are going to use it? That's what is the test of time. But it's an educational thing. Like most people, it's like you're training, you default to the training. So like if you always call people to complain about things like Twinkly, right, is like they don't have anything to like need to get a hold of them. Well, if they create a system where they had a ticketing system, they would answer you and all this stuff. They don't have that. They don't have that system. So that's why that part of you don't feel like that customer support is there. Well, with us is like now it's an educational thing where if Twinkly even got that system, we would need to be educated about it. So we don't default to our training of trying to call like Brian Schreiner or something. He's like, this ain't even my job. What are you doing? I'm getting like thousands of calls.
We sold the company. I was only a minority owner.
Yeah. And it's like, well, your customers that you strive to get and everything, it's also, you need to like care for them. This is a service. I did say in the past, this is like hospitality. Is you got to treat it like that. When you go into the library restaurant to that private room, you don't think that there should be somebody behind the bar as you walk in. Don't you think there should be somebody in the room guiding you? Everything's engineered by design. Like that Pisces restaurant, what I love about restaurants is also how seamless they the whole kitchen, everybody, and they seem like it's natural. They can even hang out with you for a little bit and give you a little chat. Have you tried this on our menu and this? When you go to a lesser place, it's chaotic and they're like, yeah, come on, yeah, do it. I got to get going. That tip goes over here. It's like, that's not the service I always want. I want to be cared for. I want hospitality. And I think that's what, as time goes on, is people become less hospitable. And so like even you'll say things to yourself in your business too, like, oh, I only do, this many minimums or this and this. And it's like, what does your client want? If you provide a service, what does your client want? And you need to ask them and figure out whatever it is, because you're going to orchestrate and make your whole business your ideology. You're not your own customer. That's what it means.
You're going to get into this toxic behavior with yourself where you're forgetting that the customer is a customer and not a consumer. And that's what you have to remember when you're dealing, especially when you're in a service that is not necessary. Yes, Christmas lights are gorgeous. We all love them and we all make our money here. But at the end of the day, we're not selling bread and milk. Like, it's actually not necessary. So when an average person, they think to themselves, This is a luxury. This is something extra. And when you buy a luxury, like I always use because I used to sell handbags, designer handbags back in the day. So I always use that and then also all the thing is what is cheaper, making a new customer or keeping an existing customer? It's keeping an existing customer. That is actually cheaper financially on your business to keep your existing customers and continue to build onto their contracts versus bringing a new customer in. Even in Christmas lights, you could as simple as I'm reinstalling someone's lights. They're already cut. Labor, product is already there versus I'm installing a new customer. Labor is going to be longer and product is going to be more. Mm-hmm. And so when you are buying a luxury service, you expect a little bit of luxury to it. Like you want your
lifetime value. So LTV,
you want your calls answered. You want to feel like you got what you paid for. Like you want good quality work. Like at the end of the day, they are your customer and they're in charge. You know, you have business practices, you have policies and procedures, and you have ways that you do things. You should always follow that. But also you want to leave an open space for your customer, and that's how you're losing them. And that's how you if you talk to commercial people, and I know you both y'all know this because you're in the commercial space like us. Commercial people will tell you constantly, oh, we got rid of those installers because they never came and did maintenance. How many times have y'all heard that? A million. Every time. Like we don't want them anymore because they didn't come do maintenance or they didn't take the time to come do it. And
they came too many times.
It didn't look. It's just they're like, this is awful. This wasn't worth it. And what are they supposed to do?
But that's the hardest one too, is because they won't tell you the whole story. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, if you came out too much, well, what was the problem? Was it your property and it kept tripping and this and that, or you have a big squirrel problem? Like you don't even know that you have that bad of a squirrel
vandalism.
Vandalism. Yes. We cut one this year because it was 2 years in a row. And
we had to let a client go because one of our commercial properties, because there's kids in the neighborhood that walk down the street and take baseball bats and break the ornaments on the sprays that are at the end of the monuments.
They even said, hey, maybe you're right. Maybe we should take the Christmas money and invest into neighborhood cameras.
So
instead of doing Christmas, these Grinches.
That was smart. Good thing you talked about it.
It's like these Grinches ended up destroying Christmas, and now they have cameras around. Now it's like, this was a great neighborhood, great place, but the whole thing is all that stuff, all those factors is not in the property's control and it's not in our control. And that's what you have to look at.
Overcome it.
And who has to overcome it, like Chelsea said, is us. So it doesn't matter if you're the like these landscape people cutting your mini lights on bushes. They don't, every year I get them. Even at private residences that they're there and I tell them, hey, I staked this in the ground, just kind of watch it. They still would chop it up to the point they chopped it up and even threw it in bushes. Like you knew it, you wrapped it up and you threw it in the bushes and it's live wire. It's going to trip the GFI. It's like those things that is not the customer's fault. It's not my fault so much, but what do you have to do? You have to go back out there and fix it. And you just have to do it. Is it a nuisance? 100%, but you need to calculate it in your business. Otherwise, you're going to be blindsided. You're like, why are we so behind? And it's like,
and then having like good records and documentation
very good records
for your property. So then that way, when they're like, you know, because what we see, and I'm sure y'all have seen it, is like property managers will be like, oh, this resident said the lights have been out for 2 weeks, or you know what I'm saying, or this, that, or the other. And really, it's just they have a bad outlet at that monument. They probably need a new one, and the GFI keeps tripping it. And then we have records with timestamps and pictures like, well, actually we were out there 2 days ago. Is it out again? We'll come out. But it's the flexibility of, oh, you have a problem, I have a solution. And that's how you hold on to customers. And I feel like we talk in the Christmas light industry, don't get mad, Ron, a lot about like how much per foot and how much and like all that stuff, but we don't talk enough about customer service because they're like, oh, I need to gain more customers, I need to gain more customers, I need to gain more customers. Well, about 80% of our residential customers add on to their projects every single year.
Yeah, the lifetime value. It was surprising when you ground all the knowledge too. Yeah. Like Chelsea's saying, is because what happens is like the lifetime value of our clients, like most of them that last longer are actually residential, because commercial will renew contracts or maybe something happens or something. Where we have some properties we've done for like 8 years, and then we have some we just did for like 1 year, right? And so when you look at the lifetime value of your clients, is like, well, where do you dice up your portfolio? How do you want to do it? And the biggest thing like last year was like these maintenances and stuff. When you get into commercial, and then downtown commercial it's different. That's what nobody kind of talks about, is downtown commercial. Is a whole nother beast.
You have to lock your stuff. You have to literally lock your
chain
stuff.
Everything up. I mean, we've had things stolen. You're like, why? And then it's like, well, that can feed them they're homeless. They're going to rip off that power supply and sell it for copper. So you have to go like really high up, anchor things, bury things. But the biggest thing is like even good Samaritans will like try, like they're, I don't know if I call them good Samaritans. They have good intentions, but what happens is they don't know your timers and stuff like that. And so they go over there and I saw downtown and there's one property and it looked like it was out. Like, is the GFI tripped? Is the timer is off or something? And you go over there and I saw a guy like messing with it. So I just stood there, right? I'm not gonna be like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, let me see what he's doing. So I look there and I stare and he does one. And then he moves on. He doesn't have anything in his hands. And he's like with his spouse or something. And they're walking on this trail where all these lights are. And then he peels off again and goes to another one. And I'm like, what is this dude doing? Because he left that other one and he didn't fix it. So like if I went there and it was like the timer was fixed at GFI, he's like, man, I used to be an old Christmas light guy. I was just having fun, whatever. I fixed it for you. I would love everybody to do that. That's really cool, right? But the problem
you're in the DFW,
like,
fix Joey's projects for him.
Yeah, like that's not on. Go. I like even I want to do it for some installers. I'm like, I'm right here. Let me just push this button for him. But it's like it's just getting the lights up and running, spreading joy. But the problem is that like that guy, he went there and changed the timers again, and they weren't even right, and then left. And I'm like, stop touching my timers, dude. You know what I mean? And it's like, but it's not just he was like a normal, just regular guy, definitely employed, lives around there. But then you have like homeless people and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Murphy dropping.
Oh, there's our guy. When we had
that was like a year ago too. It was almost a year ago from.
You know what?
We need to do that again.
We definitely have to talk. You know, a little bit more Christmas because these shorts are. They've been getting a lot of traction, but Laura needs to say a few things. Number one, and but before we get into that one, Christmas Expo, Christmas Expo in Dallas. And then you get a big person, Certified Lights from Dallas. And then you have a Texas person with Stacey Jordan, a transplant, but she's there. And then you got Jason Woodward, who's also Dallas. It's like, it almost seems like, what the hell? You all forgot to invite the Murphys? Or what's going on here? When you think of Dallas, you don't think of Murphy?
Hey. Yeah. All those people,
Well, the biggest thing is you have to put energy. You do have to put energy. Like I met with Stacey this year around here, but
no one's approached you like, hey, when I think of the biggest people in Dallas, you're on that list, and I want to talk to you about Christmas Expo.
Well,
there's even bigger people than us. Even
I was about to say.
And it's like they're not invited, but it's what you give, and it's like, do we want to? Would we go? Like even if we were asked, would we go? And the big thing is like, what knowledge were we sharing? What are we kind of selling? How could we help people? And with it right now. And everything is like I'm building, and every week I'm building something so incredible that it blows me away. When I wake up, I'm like, I cannot believe I built this thing. And so when you can do that, and it wakes you up in the morning, and you're like, I'm so excited about Christmas.
Hold on. Hey, if someone hit the brake, pump the brakes.
Hold up, sir. This is what's waking you up in the morning.
What about me would make you think that I care about your opinion of me?
What the hell?
You know, it's like, I thought he said when he wakes up in the morning, it's just he can't believe he created this huge thing. And I was like, hold up, what are we talking about? Are we still talking Christmas lights?
No, he's talking about me now.
Hold up, Ron.
He's talking about his ecosystem is what he's talking about. So just calm down.
Okay. Because he was talking about waking up with something.
I'm sure you'll soundbite that, throw it in, probably mix it in with my wedding even too, you know, like it's whatever, Ron. But no, the thing is like I'm hitting in a, like any entrepreneur knows, you get in this like rhythm and ebbs and flow of your business, and you're almost like unstoppable, and you're creating something that you will always remember. You are architecting your empire. And right now,
Uh-oh.
All right.
He cut out.
Yeah, all right. Well, I guess it's
so
finally
architecting
Laura's
your
turn.
empire. Joey, you cut out. Grace, can we run upstairs and tell Joey he's frozen?
Yeah,
Gracie's going to go to the other studio.
I'm just going to go ahead and remove him.
Yeah, just cut him out.
We'll just remove him. Anyway, Lauren, now's your chance. Now's your chance.
Joey's back.
Oh, yeah, here he is. He's back. Okay, what's up, Joey? Sorry, you're architecting what?
So then
wrap it up.
You run these tests and everything, but then you say, okay, well, if you were to be a software developer or a company that would look at software, and then you have a runway with like capital or something, and you push it to market or something like that. Like how big is this, and how much maybe would it be worth and stuff like that. And that's it. That's all I asked from AI and many different language models to give the other perspective. And the number it spit out just blew me away. And the amount of hours that it says that I basically have coded, like I'm almost losing track of how much hours I've actually put in this thing.
How many hours is it?
It's over 2,000 hours. So of man hours. And so what that is that when you look at what is full time, 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year. If it's 50 times 40, what is that? 2,000? So that's 2,000 hours full time if you have a 2-week vacation. So essentially,
I'm not with you on that
in this like 5 months.
I think 5 times 4, 20.
Like 2 plus 2 equals 4.
I'm tracking. I took my shoes off to get that one. Yeah.
Got to get all the piggies out for this one. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
But with it's 2,000 man hours essentially is full time, and it's like in 4.5 months time, because I did like this little lead up before I even started building it, is like that time is I've already worked full time. I've worked a whole year on this project, but then how well did you work is the other thing, and that's where the component strengths and that second brain kind of come in. But when you look at it, is how much is it worth? Like if you were to sell it part of the business, sell it separately from the business, and it blew me away. It was like, wow, I really built something here. And so we're going to perfect it more and build it more. But I'm excited about that stuff. So it's like, what am I going to do when I speak at Christmas Expo? Talk about AI?
No, I was just talking about just a simple little phone call, like, hey, just want to ask
Someone wants to throw me some tickets. Okay, but in defense of Stacey Jordan, she be inviting us places very often.
Yeah.
Well, you already got free tickets, though. Let's be honest. Y'all got free tickets.
We got emailed twice with free tickets. Michael Simmons even kind of pushed it back to maybe, hey, get these people there. And so it's not that people are pulling us, like not pulling us from there.
I was like, don't say that.
It's just, what exactly are our goals for the season and who do we need to help? Honestly, Christmas Expo is put on to their event. I'd rather do like a 2-day class or something that I host, because they got free tickets to attend. That's not tickets to speak. That's not to pay to speak. That's none of that stuff. So it's like,
to have a panel, like do like a panel, like even invite
like
you guys
a town hall.
Yeah, like with you guys and everything, y'all.
But it's to listen to the contractor, like some of the biggest questions. Also, like, what if somebody is really like, Joey, you say all this stuff, but I have nowhere to start. It's like, well, we have a 2-day workshop and you can come to that, because that's where you really affect change. Going to an expo is what are you going to truly affect change? I would love to go to workshops where I leave with something good that I can use in my business. Not some motivational speaking, not hearing 90% of whatever I heard. And maybe I heard a golden nugget in this random conversation, not even at the panel. It's like, I'm waiting for Jason with Christmas Designers to get on stage, so maybe he can drop a nugget, because I haven't learned anything here. So it's getting those like-minded people that have something to say, that are truly building still, and breakthroughs of those choke points in their business. I believe this is going to be our best year yet by far, and I have evidence and facts to prove it. I'm not just like optimistic about it. I literally have components to be like, this is why I'm going to be successful.
Does he break out the spreadsheets on you, Chelsea?
There's no spreadsheets.
Yeah, and then I say I'm sending good vibes out there, and I'm manifesting money. So we're about to make some money.
That's the thing. That I thought about that this week, Ron, was I haven't looked at a spreadsheet in probably a month.
Because you got a whole damn AI full of it.
A whole system.
Well, no, it's the database. I'm building an interface that has a database of logs and strings, but a spreadsheet is just human error. It's so easy to break a whole sheet.
Yeah,
I even started with it, and I bridged it and made it do all of it, and it kept breaking all the time because one cell could be off and it would break. Let it manage its database.
Well,
get out of the Google Sheet.
Everything that's in his system also, like, I know it like sounds like it's like you're like, oh, what, this thing is just something crazy. No, everything was rewired back to where like I would be like, that doesn't make sense. Okay, why don't we have it like this? Oh, when I'm in Jobber, I have a mistake where I can't do this and I would like to do this, because I worked with a lot of systems throughout my career, and everybody's is a little different, like what you can and cannot do. Like even one thing I said about Jobber, and this is very simple, is I don't know if you can't void a transaction. And when you void a transaction, you don't get charged you know where I'm going with this. You don't get charged a service fee. You can only return transactions, which means that you get charged a service fee twice. That's a scam. I don't care how you guys want to say it. That's a scam. That's a way
I
for
call
them
it
to make money.
bullshit, but you can call
So
it
that's scam. And so I want to avoid a transaction. I should be able to avoid a transaction if because once again, that layers back into customer service. How am I supposed to take my customer? I'm on site. And they're like, oh, I actually want to write you a check because you're here. I want to give you a check. Great for me, right? No service fees. That sounds wonderful. And so they want to write me a check, and they had already they were in the middle of processing, and it was like 2 seconds, and it went through, and I can't void it. Now it's already been processed through and everything like that. And so when we were building the system, we're really thinking about like what's going to make sense for our customers, and also like really impacting the customer experience, while also not spewing payroll everywhere. Because even though these virtual assistants, these different things are great, but I'm going to be honest with you, I do not care how much you try to convince me. Your virtual assistant is not answering the phone and selling like you or somebody who works with you every day. Like Gracie's with us 24/7 all the time. She knows what we got going on. Y'all do the same. They know what's happening. She knows what's happening. She's in our brains. If someone is not with you all the time, is not dialed in with you, is not dialed into everything that's in your, it's not in the pulse of your company, they are not going to be able to talk and decipher with your customer like you would. That's just,
those VA assistants are going to be they're non-existent in 5-10 years.
Well, because I've never seen the VAs valuable for our business, but the one thing is like VAs can't do maintenance. VAs, like I need somebody that can kind of go, like Gracie, she can go check electrical outlets and stuff. So like our business is like, do we want to get all the technology off of it?
Step ladder.
Yeah, it's getting all the technology off of it. And when I look at it, it's like, well, with people's businesses, they're going to integrate 13 pieces of software together. That's what they currently do. Everybody does it. Until you build what I'm trying to build over here and have a second brain, I'm sorry, you can't do that. Like Jobber just did an update, and I looked at what it was. We already have that built in.
Second brain.
We already have it in our system. They're doing updates, and I'm like, I already have this. What else is new?
You're thinking with the other brain, Joey.
Yeah, whatever. And then it's but what it is with all those integrations, you need somebody to bridge them together, and that's what VAs can do. Is you can create all these little applications, they can bridge them together. When you wrap everything in one. With AI agents, like we have over 25 AI agents now. I think it's 28, but we have 28 AI agents that are working in the business 24/7. And so what happens is like, that's my AI agent is bridging those gaps. I don't need a VA for that. So I think VAs serve a purpose for businesses that are at a certain level. But for me and my business and where we're at, I don't see where I can plug a VA in to be of value, especially like a full-time one. Maybe part-time and it can relieve us, but a big part of it is like, we want to be in front of our customers more. So like going to the meetings and stuff like that. Hey, can you meet for lunch? We don't do that enough, I feel like. And when you first start out and you get leads, how are you going to do it? You would invite people to lunch, right?
Well,
but then all of a sudden I'm too busy to go to lunch. It's like
I was too broke. I couldn't afford lunch when we started.
You're like, I can't go there.
It's on you. Can you take me to lunch?
Yeah, it's like, look, I'll go to lunch, but I'm gonna do that whole like I can't find.
You have to think about your customer experience, like what, and it's even your property managers maintain and getting those commercial. Because as much as anyone wants to try to convince themselves, oh, I have the best contractor, I have the best product, or the best whatever you want to say, handshake. People giving out, it still exists. Like they still want to shake your hand. They still want to see your face. They want to trust you. You need to become a source of truth and trust to them, because when they have a problem, they're going to be like, oh, I'm just going to call the Christmas people. Oh, I'm not changing our Christmas contract because they take care of everything. And then we've all had years where we weren't the best. We had labor problems, whatever it may be, supplies problems, and it causes issues and friction in your business.
Every year, I'm not my best.
Every year, some are bigger than others. And you've had to have those conversations with your properties. Hey, we're going to be a little behind, or this is delayed, or whatever it may be. And you have to be a source of truth. So they believe that when you say that, you're telling them the truth. You're going to take care of it. And they know that Christmas is going to be all good. Like, you're not going to have any problems. And that's what a lot of people forget. Like, even when they do the maintenance thing, I know sometimes people will bid things and they're like, this is cheap. I can't keep doing maintenances on it. They underbid. Okay. We all have underbid before. We all make the mistake. Okay. We've all done it. But when you don't do your maintenance and you start just saying, screw that project, what you don't realize is you take your integrity down. And a lot of property managers switch properties, like very often switch properties, pick up properties, go to new and you will cross-reference with somebody. There is even systems now, for those of y'all that don't know this, that they actually rate you. And so a property manager company can pull up Murphy Christmas Lighting and see the rating of that I've had from other properties that I've done with that
it's like
company.
a Dun and Bradstreet kind of thing.
Got a review. Yeah. So like if you made one property mad, guess what? You had a bad review and then maybe made another. I mean, and a lot of property managers are pretty understanding. They want to hear.
But that's the thing when people get into commercial, it takes a little bit of capital. And what I mean by capital is even your past deposits from past years or whatever is like that is like, oh, I'm going to get them in July or whatever. It can feed into funding a commercial venture too, because like cities, you don't get paid till like October, but you got to buy all this stuff before. You got to have that capital to be even to enter the door to do it, to pull it off. You know what I mean? And so what happens is the property manager experience is broken. And I've had it where when you understand their position, you understand the vendor's position, is they try to come up with new ways to do things, but there's still bottlenecks within their system. I've had conversations with headquarters of property management companies, and I'm like, okay, you're doing this, you're asking this, but I'm going to run into this. Like I'm literally telling your problem of what you are here, and their solution, there is none. They just fix one step of the whole entire end-to-end cycled problem. Yeah. And so with a broken system in commercial is like, it'll be to the point where they'll change property management companies. And then you go to renew, email gets kicked back. They don't communicate to all their vendors they don't do that.
And that's why you have to be on the pulse of everything. Like
you have to constantly be relationships. And you know what? The ones who email you is they think of you because you've thought of them so many times. They're like, oh man, those Christmas people aren't going to do our Christmas lights. Let me send them an email. That's their initiative to do that. They're not even required to do that. And matter of fact, cease all communication with everybody. And they move over and we don't do that property anymore. And then you're like, well, who do they have now? Now it's this, why am I not notified that they change property management companies and I'm under contract and it's with a new person that I'm going to have to bill? Why is that never a thing? That exists today all over the place with every property management company. And everybody's like, well, think about all that is you think you have continuous revenue, continuous payroll, but the property manager leaves, that relationship goes. The companies change, that relationship can go. There's so many ways you can, it's not even your fault, but the biggest fault it would be is you don't communicate enough with them where you're not touching base with them a multiple times a year because you're like, they don't want to be bothered. Well, if you don't bother them, they won't think of you. You know what I mean?
And we've had multiple property managers that have gone to new companies or gone to new properties or whatever. And they're like, oh, I have a Christmas light company that gets it done. And then they add you into their portfolio. And then you want to be someone's, they get it done. They make it happen. But you also want to be realistic with your properties and everyone.
You have to tell them no sometimes.
You have to tell them no. And I feel like sometimes people idolize things and they think that it's going to be fine. Or even they're like, oh, we're going to do lights across this or this or that. And it's not going to work. It's going to fall all the time. And you're going to be doing so much. Nobody's going to be happy. And you have to say that and then you also have to charge for it. So if they're really adamant, upcharge it. Upcharge for your maintenance. What a lot of people don't do is y'all are sitting here talking about price per foot. What about the maintenance in your price per foot? What about the supplies? What about if something gets messed up? What if you're the reef, something happens to it for some weird reason and you have to replace it in the middle of the season, but they already paid for it. Like you have to think of all these things, like when you're pricing. And that's why it's also like, how far do you have to drive? Because I know y'all know the DFW is huge. Somebody could be over an hour and a half away. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But it's the cost of doing business. And when you don't do business, especially early on and stuff, you don't really calculate for all the costs to do business. Like, what are you really taking home? Everybody's number will be different. Like that's something in a workshop. I'd be like, how much do you think you're taking home on this project right here? And somebody will forget something. Like, oh, I didn't get insurance for the lift. Mm-hmm. You waived insurance for the lift. And now you go onto a commercial property. It's going to fall on your insurance. Are you covered with that to cover that? No, your business is done. You go bankrupt. And it's like, just based on that of not getting insurance. And it's like, did anybody hit that checkbox? Is like, man, I just wanted to save $200. I didn't think I needed it because I'm trying to pinch pennies to grow my business. And it's like, you can't take
underbid it and there's no room for insurance.
Yeah. You won that bid because you underbid it. And nobody, that's a fool. A fool would did that, right? Because you're going to go belly up. And guess what? That you go belly up, you're out of business. And guess what that property does next year? Is there any other vendors that want to give us the smallest price in the world so they can go bankrupt
too? It's also about being detailed in your quotes, like not just your terms and conditions. I feel, and I know Laura will be just like this with I am.
Laura ain't said a damn word. What are you talking about?
She's smiling and nodding. You mind your business, Ron. Me and Laura have a great time when you're not around.
Yeah.
See?
Sit, boy. Sit.
Yeah.
Sit down.
I'll be doing the talking.
Okay, Toots, be quiet over there.
Hey,
Dang.
Hey, Toots.
She called you Toots.
Hey, Toots. Just sit over there, and you're supposed to just look pretty and keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, keep your pretty mouth shut.
If somebody could pull off a hey Toots, it's probably Chelsea. If she goes to a restaurant, she's like, "Hey Toots, can I get a drink?" She's like, "Sure thing."
You don't say that. No one says that anymore.
About like being detailed in your quotes, because this is one of my favorite stories to tell. When I first started with Murphy Christmas Lighting, I had only done.
That was like 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, like a year ago.
Yeah.
I was only doing
only a week.
Yeah, like a week, like 2 days. It's my first season actually.
Yeah.
I had.
Look how much I learned already.
All these lessons I've learned. I had all. That's how some people.
She's a quick learner. Look how much she's saying. You know.
No,
Yeah.
She's a rising star over here.
Shut up. Let me tell you my story. So when we first started, I only did takedowns. Like me and Joey did all at the beginning of our business. We did all takedowns together. We didn't hire any crews, which I'm sure a lot of y'all have done that in your early years. And so I had not done the other side because I worked retail at the time. And what do y'all think happens in retail? It's also busy during the Christmas light season. So I would come in, help him clean up the shop, prep lights, and then that was about all I really did. I wasn't deep into the bidding or anything else like that with him, and besides answering the phones and stuff like that. So the first year I got on, like the second season, it was like the second season. I had to jump into commercial. We had a drive-through at the time, and Joey had to spearhead that, and I had to spearhead Murphy Christmas Lighting. And I went to a commercial property that they had been doing for years, like a couple years, like they'd had this contract. And the quote was like lights on the left. And that's what it said. And then lights up the street to the right.
Yeah. That's when you start getting some area managers. It
wasn't Joey who wrote this. Yeah. It was like another guy who was had been doing the project all these years himself, and then he wasn't doing it anymore. And then this property manager, she calls me and she's like, "Hey, you didn't put my deer out." And I'm like, "Deer? What's she talking about? I would not miss a 3D deer. I'm not that stupid." I know I'm new to the game, but like, I got it going on. She's like, "You didn't put my deer out." And she's like, I'm like, "What?" I was like, "I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about." She's like, "The little white deer that the boy puts out for me every year, he does it for me as a favor because we're friends." And I was like,
"Oh, that's where we messed up, right?"
So hold on. I've been paying payroll for what now?
I was like, "Wait, what?" And then I said, "Well, that's not in the quote. Like, you didn't pay for that. That's not anything." She goes, "Oh, yeah, but this is just how we do it. And if you want this contract, and she cussed. She's like, "You'll do it for me." And I laughed. I think you both know this about me. When you'd be really aggressive with me, I start giggling. Like, I laugh. Like, I'm like, "You're joking." And so I laughed. And she was like,
Ron does it in a sarcastic way.
He does it a sarcastic way. I was like, and that made me be so adamant about every quote had to have every single detail in it and what we were doing, and like just be a lot more like, "Okay, this is what you signed for, this is what you do," and like even putting in our terms and conditions, like, and that's what you don't think about when you first start out. You're like, "Okay, what if I get to the site and they're like, 'No, I actually want this color change.'" Okay, like I said, a solution for a problem. We should never meet our customer with a no. That's not what we're trying to meet.
That's a good example of exactly like new guys that are getting started, and you're like, "Okay, let's say you get a good account. Like starting out, it's like, okay, here's a $13,000 HOA or something." And again, you may be like, "Wow, that's a big ticket." What's your profit versus man hour? Because you could be making like $1,000 on that, right? Like it's more work, whatever. And you look at it and it's like, when you get that bid and then there's the board president that's sitting there and you're like wrapping things up on the property and they're like, "Hey, there's this closet of stuff. Can you just help me set this out over here and here?" Are you really going to say no? Are you really just going to say no? Or are you going to be like, "Hey, I can do that, but you have to at least cover payroll. Can I do like $100?" And they're like, "No, don't touch anything." It's like, "But we have insurance," and you kind of back off of them. I believe 95% of people will just help them.
Well, most of the time when you say, "Yeah, that's $100," like one time someone said, "When you're there with your ladder, can you throw a rope over our tree for a rope swing?"
Yeah, and we're like, "No."
I said, "No. Yeah, sure, I'll do that for $300."
Yeah, handyman.
And he was like, "Oh, never mind." He was like, "Never mind. I don't want." It's never a no. It's always like, "Okay, sure, but like how much?"
But the second you open that up, it's never enough. So they ask you to do more and more and more, and that's kind of where you just don't even open that gate up to be like, "Hey, this is what we were told to do," and Like if I set this deer out and all this stuff, the liability, and it just, you become a little more professional to be like, hey, you're asking me to do this and I'm not supposed to be doing it.
That's
what do you want to do about it?
Like when you're saying you're meeting your customers not with a no, like you're meeting with a solution. Your solution doesn't mean you have to lose. You're not losing, and you don't always have to lose in your solution. I'm saying meet people with a solution. That's part of the customer experience. And it's also about your systems. Like, you know, we all say, oh, get Jobber, do this, do that. Okay, cool. You got Jobber.
Who says get Jobber?
Yeah, people get Jobber, whatever. But you're
I see it online. I mean, like one day ago, somebody's like, you should get Jobber. And I'm like, that's, you know, what stage of your business are you in?
Quotes are crap. You can get Jobber, you can House Pro, you can do whatever you want, but then your quotes don't make any sense. You didn't write them out to make any sense. You're just like, there's no visuals, there's no nothing. Like nothing. And then so then people are like, well, this is what I thought. And then what is the worst way to lose a customer? Miscommunication. Miscommunication is the worst way to lose a customer, because immediately when you miscommunicate, you're already 2 levels down. Like you're already not on the same level anymore. And it's just gonna cause friction in your business. And then nobody's ever really gonna be happy. And that's why it's always about like being very detailed. If I can give any advice, it's about being detailed in your quotes. And then also knowing the value of your service. Like what are you truly doing? Like, so what? The guy down the street is doing it, you know, going to do that house for $100 and you're charging $1,000. That's what he wants to do it for. That's what he wants to do the house for. That's what he thinks it's worth it to do it for. What you need to educate people on is if you have insurance, if you're using commercial product, what is your spill? I know Laura can. Your spill, it should live, breathe, and die by your spill. You should know it by the heart in your soul. You should know exactly what you're going to say to any customer, even a property manager. Like you should know that. And if it
should educate through the systems. And some people have like brochures that they drop off and they have all this marketing stuff, and some people skimp on it. You know what I mean? But it's like, I'm not like, I believe like yard signs works for people. I believe it's like a thing, but I see some people spending like 10 grand on yard signs or something. And I'm like, the thing is like, I just can't.
10 grand. What the hell?
Yeah. I saw one guy trying to do 10 grand on one forum the other day, and trying to get people, and he's ordering them from China at like pennies. But it's like, they need a minimum order quantity. That's why he's trying to get people involved in it. And he's like, I'm trying to get it to this volume so it'll be even cheaper. So the whole thing with it though, I can't see, like my whole job is to separate myself in the market. What makes me special, especially in the DFW, which is so saturated. And it's like, what makes me special? I can't see where I'm in a median with like 50 yard signs and I'm like looking around with a yard sign about to stake it, being like, that maybe this isn't how I separate myself. You know, it's to get, how do you get those big ticket jobs and everything? Are they calling this? Is like, what is my goal to this whole thing? Now, if you have like I want to ramp up residentials, I've never done this, and maybe it is a thing, but I just don't see the value in like, I think our average ticket would go down, and then maybe our company gets bigger, but the average order value of the ticket, the lifetime value of the client, all these things that you're kind of looking at as metrics, I think it would go down. So I don't want to go stake that yard sign in there, but it's having those intentions, those systems that paint a picture of what your company is. Because if they know what your company is, they can have trust into your company. And once you get a client's trust, you don't want to lose it. And like what Chelsea's saying, how do you lose clients' trust the fastest? Poor communication. I know if I try to call somebody or something, or they miss the date, or they're not communicating when they're coming, when are my Christmas lights? You never wanted your client to say, when are my Christmas lights? You want to educate them enough to know where to get that information, or you've already said it to them, because you're in hospitality, but you're also a problem solver. So like Chelsea said, is we don't say no. It's not a dead end no. It's no, but this is our solution to your kind of problem. So they feel heard, right?
I like that. We have a couple questions from around the country.
Sorry. We've been dominating. Laura hadn't got to say a word.
Well, we hadn't even started the show yet. It's 2 hours into it. Chelsea finally stopped. Laura, what's this question? What's up this question right here? Jennifer Collins. The one at the bottom there.
That's the question.
This question, Laura's going to read it. It's actually for Chelsea.
Oh, it's for Chelsea. It says, how do you keep an HOA project moving when 5 board members all have different opinions about the design, budget, and timing?
That's a good question.
This is a good one, because I do actually come across this a lot. So I do have 2 rules. I only talk to the property manager about design and budget and et cetera like that. And I only talk to the HOA president about maintenances. So I keep the communication with just the property manager, because that is what happens. Is a lot of people will call us. Like someone called us and they were like, hey, we have an extra $2,000 in our budget. We want a tower tree. And the property manager had already said, I know we can't afford a tower tree. And they got like candy. They had more than 2,000 because they didn't know. The property manager actually knew what they had. You know what I'm saying? And so the best thing is to always, when I start with a new property or even a new year, I'm like, what did you like and what did you not like from every board member? And then if I have lots of turmoil like that, I'll ask if I can come to the board meeting. Because then sometimes I can hear, or we can hear, and we can come up with a solution. Like one person was like, they don't want warm white. So you know what we did? We did a few little red, like detail ornaments on the wreath. And so then they felt like there was a pop of color throughout there because they were just upset about the warm white. But once you can sometimes hear exactly what the problem is, you can find the solution. But my biggest thing is keeping the communication limited, where you're only really talking to the property manager, and then also always offering to come to board meetings, not conversations. Board meetings, such as we're all on a Zoom together.
You're making decisions there,
together, like we're in the decision-making conversation.
But yeah, like what Chelsea said is that it's just
the question was directed to me. Just
where,
so you know.
I know,
yeah,
but
no one asked what Joey Murphy wanted to know. It was Chelsea's question. But go ahead, Joey. Just go ahead. It's a town hall.
So, Laura, what do you feel about this situation?
Go, Joey.
Laura's I can't get a word in with you at Chelsea.
Well, I was just to wrap up the topic is about the like what Chelsea said is if you have 5 people, just hey, who can I directly communicate to? That's a professional way of just saying I want one-on-one communication with somebody. Why? Because that one person who they elect to be in charge deals with all the little bickering. I don't have time to talk to 5 people. Who's the one person who is in charge? And when you say like if you go to a job site. Right. If you go to a job site and you go to one of our job sites, who's in charge? Well, I'm the site manager. How can I help you? Right. Is you assign roles. And it's like, well, when there's 5 to a board, that's a recipe for disaster because you'll never, ever quickly close the sale because everybody has an opinion.
And once you close it, everyone's like, well, I thought when in the meeting, when I told you about the 5 trees.
Terms and conditions. Right? What does it say?
And you're like, no, but that wasn't what was approved.
Right.
They didn't show
I
you
can do that tree. I can add that onto your invoice. It's going to be this much.
And they're like, no.
All right, we do have another question here. We do have another question. This is Michael Avery. He's a hotel manager in Orlando, Florida. And he goes on to say, what details should a commercial customer have ready before calling for a Christmas quote?
The biggest things that you should have before calling for a Christmas quote, number one, I know Laura's going to agree with this one, is your budget. Because I can design the moon for you. Or I can design little. It's really okay. Budget does not make me feel any type of way. I just need to know what I'm working inside of. Your understanding of your power. You don't have to know it perfectly, but like if you're like, I want a lit snowflake right here and the outlet is like 20,000 feet away, like, that's not going to work and stuff. So just most property managers do, they understand, or like any weird maintenances or anything like that. And then who's the decision maker? Like, are you the decision maker? Are you reaching out and it needs to go? Like we have properties where we talk to 2 people and they do all the chit chat and back and forth, but then their boss right above them, we never talk to him, but he approves all the quotes. So then they relay everything. So like, are you the decision maker or do we need to wait? And those 3 things can get us started. And then we always say, is there anything you're inspiring for? Like, do you have like a certain design? Are you looking for color? Are you wanting to be really classic with warm white? Do you want 3D decor? Are you wanting a tower tree? Like, what are we kind of like thinking about? Because if you're thinking of 3D decor all around your property and I'm like, I'm going to put a big old tower tree right here. You're like, we just blew my budget. That's not what I wanted and stuff. So those are always the best information to have.
That's good. Yeah, we got another guy.
I think budget is the biggest one that they never want to share. They never want to tell you. It's a hidden secret, but it helps us. So we're not like.
I push on that question. I'll say this. I always say, I do actually say, I can design the moon for you, or I can design something. I'm like, what are you looking for? That just makes me make a decision about what product I can use and not use so that we're not on 2 different pages. And most of the time people respect. I was like, you can even give me a range.
Yeah, or like, are we looking for like just a basic kind of thing? Are we looking for like, you want to be the talk of the town, or you want to be like the Griswold package?
Because there is properties where we are actively talking to them about bringing marketing in and bringing tourism in and bringing, footprints in during the holiday season. And then there's other properties where they're just decorating for their residents. They're decorating for their community that's around them. So they might want something different. Like there's certain communities that want to do their community colors because this is for the community, not for everyone else. And then other people are trying to drive in traffic. So yeah, I agree, Ron, with that.
All right, Travis Benton, he's a lighting contractor in Nashville, Tennessee. He said, Joey, what's the biggest mindset shift you had to make when going from residential Christmas lights into larger commercial jobs?
That's a good question.
Good question, Travis.
That is a good question.
A good question.
Because it's talking about like the mental preparing for it. And with it is like, I think this is a good question because it's stumbling me. The point of it all
right,
is
Chelsea,
like,
stop.
If you look
finish.
back at like the problem is like I had the history of fire service of like running emergency scenes where I was very strategic all the time. It's strategy and tactics all the time and reps and pushing fast. You can see how fast I walk in phases. That's I'm running to scenes. You know what I mean? So it's like
I know what you mean.
And so what happens is when I already had that, it's like I will even hire other contractors here, but they're like they move like they have all the time in the world. And I'm like, you need to put a little pep in your step, right? So like if you're not, you have to look at like what is your current system that you have. It may be good that you're on residentials, but when you go to commercial, you have got to be thinking of every fail point everywhere, strategizing everything everywhere, even logistics. Even like these people, when we talk about the money and the budget, the biggest thing that I say is that the people, it's like, what's your budget? Oh, we don't have a budget or whatever. You can say, oh, like $1 million. I can start with $1 million. And they'll be like, whoa. And it's like, okay, but where is the ceiling, right? Like what they're really looking for. And I says, what you're really looking for is value. You want to spend some money and you want to know that it puts a good taste in your mouth and that it didn't put a bad taste in your mouth that you spent all this money on Christmas lights. We're looking for the same thing. So where to meet is like, I want a tower tree. You don't have tower tree money. Because I would put a bad taste in my mouth or a bad taste in your mouth. We're just trying to make an agreement here. That's
more
all
realistic in the commercial space is what Joey's saying.
The biggest part of commercial is what really kind of messes with you is why is like these guys getting these bids? And that's what I meant by that capital expenditure is these residentials. You have to build up your residential portfolio because that's a low hanging fruit. That's a level entry points. Let's say you get to like, okay, I make $100,000 business. Well, in that is, okay, how much net profit and capital do you have to roll over into the other year? If you're full-time, you're also eating that cost if you don't have other things throughout the year. And so then when you get to that July, August, September time, and these bids come open, do you even have the capital to even bid the things? Some of these, you can't bid everything because they even have it in their terms. If you can't put it, I have one that I spent $13,000 of a cashier's check / bid bond that I have to pull from my bank account and prove that I have $13,000 that can be on hold for their property. That's the difference
in the commercial space is you have to.
And it's really like I can't bid this project unless I go put 13 out of my bank account, and I can't, and that restricts my cash flow. So a big thing with commercial is cash flow. So how do you win these things? Become an asset company, gain those assets, and then you're able to lease those assets because you own the assets. So the mental aspect of all that, it kind of messes with your head because you're in your heart, you want to do this. You know if you're capable of doing it, but you're just not there because you need capital. That's all it is. It's a capital game, and the rich get richer. This is one way to get. This is one way to get it. But
so
you have
the mindset is what
you have
barriers to break. And that when you go for commercial, you have to dig your teeth in hard into every part of your business to gain enough capital to make the jump into commercial.
Yeah.
And that messes with your head because you'll get turned down for things. Other people will underbid. You'll say underbid. It's because they own the asset. They can bid whatever you want. When the tariffs went up, what do you think happened in the market? Everything shot 30%. Guess what? I own that asset. And guess what? It's available. I can bid whatever I want for that asset on that thing. But I did the work. I did the work to get and to pay off the asset, own the asset, and leverage that asset. That right there, that move, it can't come fast enough. And it with me, a very impatient guy, you'd have to do multiple years to gain and pull that thing. I think that's the biggest thing is to even get in the door, the entry level thing. I think it messes with people's head a little bit, and you have to be really patient with commercial, like really patient.
It's the first year a lot of times. Sometimes in your first year, if you don't already own the assets, it's not 100% profitable.
Yeah, it's a long-term thing.
So
it really
is. You have
to
think about long-term, and then also like what's your terms and conditions? Because what if they drop you the next year? Like we had a church and we had praying hands, and those stupid praying hands have just been hanging on my damn wall. Anybody want some praying hands? And so you really have to, but we do want to say, just because we have residential that are way bigger than some of our commercial. Like there is a lot of good residential contracts you can have out there, but it is still when you're in a commercial space, if your residential is bigger than your commercial, you still have to, like Joey said, change your mind to the capital and that you're getting paid later and making the money in a longevity way.
We have weekly wellness checks. So every week since the install of the property, we go check on that property. In your current business, you'd be like, I go out when they call me. No, we go out and we never want them to call us. So we do a weekly wellness check and we build that in because we are the white club red carpet service. You know,
that's what changes.
The white glove.
White glove is weekly wellness checks. You can write it down. Yeah.
All right. We only got 2 more. Here's a good one. Tyler Grant. I don't know if you know this guy, but he's actually a contractor in Salt Lake City, Utah.
I love how you give their profiles before. You're like,
no, I want to know who the hell I'm talking to.
I love it.
Tyler says, what's the best first commercial customer for residential Christmas light installers? Churches, restaurants, HOAs, apartment complexes, or small retail centers?
HOAs. Okay, let me tell you something about retail that you're not going to understand. Retail centers, shopping centers are owned by one company. Retail stores are owned by a corporation. They will not pay for your decorations. Restaurants, most restaurants are franchised, such as Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is just a big house. It is not a commercial thing. They run privately owned.
They're just big houses.
Just one guy. Like, it's just a big house. That's all a Chick-fil-A and stuff like that is. And then your HOAs, your cities, they have to spend that money because it is budgeted. A retail store, nope, can cut it. Malls, all that, restaurants can cut their money. Your government money in the city has to be spent. Your HOAs, that is all protected and has all these rules around it and regulations. They have to spend it on Christmas decorations. So your contracts to more likely get and less likely to get cut are going to be your HOAs. The best way to start into HOAs is to, in this Christmas light season, if you're not even in it, you're like, okay, I'm not going to get into commercial this year, but I want to do it next year. I'm going to start building my portfolio. Drive around to several places that are near your warehouse and figure it out. Who are these HOAs? You can ask Gemini. She'll tell you who the property manager is.
I mean, you can email board presidents on their website.
And then you can email board presidents and you can be like, hey, I saw your lights. I didn't know if you were looking. And then like, this is some stuff I do. And then you want to, and then put smaller HOAs near each other and make that a tight route. To be honest with you, like one of our second or third contracts was our own neighborhood. Like a lot of people do their own neighborhoods, and stuff like that. But one of our commercial contracts that's actually, is it our biggest now? It's right under our biggest. Was one of our first commercial contracts. We've had it this whole time.
Oh, no, they went from 20 to 50 within a couple of years. Like we actually elevate properties, right? And that's what we try to do.
They're in our like top 30%.
Chelsea touched on it pretty good, but with it is residential to commercial. Okay, there's layers to this thing. So there's private commercial. Private commercial is like your dealerships and Chick-fil-A's, all that kind of stuff. And then there's municipalities that you can do, right? There's hotels. That's the other thing with commercial. Do you want to just be outside? I would very much, if you go from residential to commercial and you haven't been inside, really do outside commercial before you do inside commercial. It's a
remember that your indoor commercial is a whole new ball game, and there's some people in this industry that do it, and they'll tell you like it's not the same. You have to wear shoe covers. You have to there's so many variety of things. So
you have to wear I call it the blue-footed boobies because the little duck or whatever.
Boobies or booties?
Boobies.
The boobies.
Yeah, blue-footed boobies. They're a bird, but they have blue feet. But that you put those blue medical slippers on, and you have to think about every little thing, and it's a different beast. But with it is there's 4 tiers to how you need to look at a project, and that is you have low-end residential, you have low-end commercial is right above it, then you have high-end residential, and then high-end commercial. So when you say I want to go from residential to commercial, how many large-scale commercial projects do you have, or residential projects do you have?
Yes,
if you have,
practice.
if you've never done a $10,000 house, why would you try to do a $30,000 HOA? Is like, where are you at? And a lot of people is like, I mean, you got to swing for the fences. You got to go, and you can learn as you trip and fall. But I would say you lose trust, brand, all this stuff if you kind of shoot for the moon and you try to get it. You need to almost be a little pessimistic. My brother Jonathan's like really good at this. Is like, look at this great opportunity that we got. Is how I am. Is I'm always like trying to be optimistic. And he's like, Joey, how are you going to pull that cash flow off? And do you have to cruise for that? I'm like, I'll figure it out because I'm an entrepreneur, And it's like you really need to see what resources you have, where can you apply them, your revenue per man hour, and be like, this is a good plan. Because the last thing you want to do is be done at the end of the season, not have much money, and feel like you're just wore out. Your muscles are so sore. It's not going to be a good experience for you. And you're going to be like, I really hate Christmas lights. You want to get to the done and be invigorated by what you do.
The nice thing about when you get into high-end residential first before you get into commercial is going to also be the fact that you get to learn some things that you probably wouldn't realize on a smaller residential, like power voltage, dropping if you have to switch it, you're going to have to split your load. It's not going to work and stuff like that. Hanging reefs, like when you're in a bigger residential, there's going to be greenery, right? Because you're not
anchoring is a big thing.
Different anchoring fence reefs. Like how many of y'all know that if the fence opens, you have to split your 60 down the middle, and a 60 actually has to be bolted together. So it's the only one that can go on a split gate,
But not all 60s come bolted.
Not all 60s come you know what I'm saying? So like these are things that you even learn when you're doing these higher end residentials. And so even bows, because how pissed off is a commercial property going to be if your bow starts dying orange? And I know you've all had some that have done that to you. We have our all weather bows. I love our bows. They're so gorgeous. But
can you believe I remember when I first was like doing it, and I went like 2018-19 to a training, and they were like, yeah, we use Scotch-Brite spray to like UV protection our bows. And I just thought about that, but it's like they actually spray their bow with UV coating to protect it from the sun. And then it was like,
to do it.
Damn, who would do that?
I did it back then.
I heard that, and I was like, now the material.
And it didn't work either.
It didn't work.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
I never did it.
Like another month.
That's the type of stuff you have to think about. You
Yeah.
learn that on your high-end residential too. Those are the lessons you learn before, like Joy says, before you get and trip and fall on a commercial property, because more eyes are on you. And that's why a lot of people will say like, oh, I stay out of commercial. I don't want to do commercial, because there is all these people driving in, seeing this.
You have to do weekly wellness checks.
You have to do because a residential customer all the time, high end or low end, is going to be a little bit more flexible with you, as far as like you can do the little smoothing talk that you think you have. Like you can do that to them, or be like, oh, I'll be out tomorrow. And like, but a commercial property, what if the property manager's out for Christmas and the monuments are down? She's not checking her email.
Yeah.
And that's why I allow property managers, their HOA president, to communicate maintenances for things like that in case something happens outside of our weekly check or something like that. They see.
What do you think, Laura?
Yeah.
What do you think the question is from a savvy veteran like yourself? What do you think the first one is? The churches,
HOAs.
Restaurants, HOAs, apartment complexes,
HOAs
or
are the
small
easiest
retail
one.
centers?
HOAs. I totally agree. The HOAs is the best one.
You know what I would say?
Me and Laura have the same heart.
Yeah, if you're doing residential houses, you're going to do someone who's connected with the HOA at some point, and then that's how you get your HOAs.
Yes.
But I would say most of the people, you're limited to what you can do because you're late. You haven't even sent a commercial estimate out, so a lot of these that are on the board, the good ones, are already off the board before you even think about getting started. So you're looking for small retail centers, because those are one of the ones in the HOAs that they're looking in October for a contractor. You know, most HOAs have already got their guy.
But don't forget to put your name out there for HOAs, because I will tell you guys that I score more last minute HOAs than you would believe. Yeah. And I know you two do, because boards will fight, bicker, whatever, put it off, whatever it may be. And then I always leave, like I call these our ghost spaces, and we leave them on the schedule for that situation, to be able to be, well, I'll get you in, because I'm sure you all know this. And if you don't, you should never be booking your week of Thanksgiving. You should, right now, while you're making your schedule, there should be no one on your damn week of Thanksgiving. If there is, take them off right now. They can be after Thanksgiving.
Me, Chelsea.
I know you know this.
From the bed.
I know you know this.
I know. I know you stole that from me. I know.
Hey, this is what the vets do it.
I did build exactly what Chelsea's talking about. I built an AI agent called Shock Absorber, and what that is the padding. No, it's true padding of when our schedule is stacked with weather pushing it, crews not showing up, whatever. There is a void space, even within the week, to shock absorb all that load that is coming on our business, so we can get everything done.
Because you should be saving that for your prime time, because nothing was going to seal a high-end resident. Like some of these high-end residential I got them at the last minute. And I'm like, okay, we're going to put 10 reefs on your property. They're up and down their fence. We're going to wrap like 5 trees. You know, we're going to go crazy up in here. I got the time because the crews have already finished their commercial properties. And then guess what? They had good customer service. You saved the day, and then they book you the next year, and you get to install them earlier. And then you don't have to worry about all that.
Yeah.
And that's how you double down on your business. And And then also it puts a little pressure on you because you're like, I don't have anything booked for Thanksgiving. You're like, Thanksgiving week, like I need to make sure I'm getting some prime time spots.
It'll come. It's just you want to have the schedule to get the opportunity to do that because everybody else is trying to chug money and you're in sales.
You saying you have no space for 2 or 3 weeks is crazy work. I don't care what you guys say. Anyone can tell me that I'm wrong to say, oh, I can't install you you're crazy because Christmas lights is an impulse buy. We're talking on the residential layer, but you can also apply this to the commercial layer because once you hit October, I know you guys know it. They're already like, we need a book.
You got the scrambling.
The community wants it for the whole time. The community wants it for the whole time. And so, and even, I don't know if y'all have any of these customers. We do. We have communities that are Diwali communities. So sometimes Diwali moves throughout.
We love Diwali. That's my people. That's my people.
Well, Diwali moves throughout the year, which y'all know. Like it's like Easter. Like it doesn't sit on the same day.
When does it sit?
This year it's November 8th.
Why?
And so
Why?
It ends. It's the 5-day festival ends on the
Why is it?
On the 10th.
It's the New Moon Festival.
Yeah, it's the 8th through the 10th.
So it's the first. It's the first new moon of the autumn.
6th through the 10th.
And so they do white lights. And so some of our communities don't want the greenery up and they just want, white lights up for the Diwali residents because
and icicle lights. That's what my peoples love, icicle lights.
Oh yeah, I know they do.
It is the tinier the light.
I do the better. I always do the C7s in the tree with the third one twinkling and go crazy. That is one of my Diwali hits. That and the teardrops coming out.
The willow drops.
Oh, I'm gonna tell all my neighbors about it. Yeah, give me a discount. I tell all my neighbors about your service if you give me a good deal. Like I heard that shit like 5,000 times.
Yeah, yeah. When 10 of them book, I'll give you a $20 Chick-fil-A gift card.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. We'll start adding to your Starbucks points.
But if you're not in the commercial space right now, like Ron said, I agree. Start reaching out to the Chick-fil-A, things like that. Try to get into.
But there's different, like Ron says, you missed it though. But like municipalities is like maybe you might find one depending on your area. But then
not likely.
But then like HOAs is really big right now, and then it goes into private commercial is next. So like if the time's already passed, it's probably missed a bunch of opportunities.
You might get lucky, but probably
but you still should engage with
you're reaching out to. Like let's say Tanger. A lot of y'all have Tanger Outlets next to y'all. Tanger Outlets is a corporation. They are all owned together, and every single contract is divided out at the corporate level. And we've done a Tanger Outlet before, so I'm telling you from experience.
But you wouldn't
they own all their supplies. They own everything, and that's a lot of malls. Is they own everything, and they just want you to put it out. Yeah. So you have to decide in your commercial business, just like your residential business, what are you wanting to do? Are you wanting to install people's supplies? Are you wanting to design? Because me and Joey, to be really honest with y'all, in the commercial space, we hate it when they make us just do traditional stuff, or they say, oh, cut a reef here. We will say no. We will straight up say, we cannot cut any more from
You better come with a solution. We don't say no. We come with a solution.
Why not?
Here's our design. Your design sucks. It's kind of like we're designers. And that's the thing is you called the designer and there's not enough of us, by the way. And so what happens is everybody's spewing the C9's roof lines. That's great. That slice of pie in the market can be yours. There's so much pie that I want. The tower trees, the displays, the ornaments, the bows, the statues. I want all that because that fits my business model. Now, your business model may be pressure washing and residential Christmas. You should do roof lines, C9s all the time. I'm not going to touch it.
It's your labor. It's not my business model. It's also your labor because like we have a special crew that understands special installation. Like we have a custom bow on someone's sign and you have to put it, it was custom made and it has to be done a certain way. And he understands how to do that. But like if I was just to hire someone, I would lose money on the labor of them putting it up because they would be spending, which y'all know, they'd be spending there all day. And when you have to think about like, what is your capacity of your team also that's working with you? Because once you get into the commercial space, no matter how you want to slice it, you cannot do it by yourself. It's like, not going to work.
Roofers are great for running roofs, but not very good on fluffing greenery. So like, consider that, if you hire somebody that's like, I'm great on roofs. Well, how are you with fine motor skills? Because you're a rough, tough guy.
I've taught a lot of people how to anchor. A lot of roofers, how to anchor.
And our new system is we phase out our projects into different dates and phases because like I could hire somebody for the roof and then I could hire somebody for the tree and I could hire somebody for greenery because that's what they're good at. But to get the roof guy to do the tree with the greenery, I'm gonna have to come back and do quality control because the bow will be crooked, because they just picked it up and threw it up there, and the ornaments is kind of hanging off to the side.
I mean,
and
it's even
like
how we
it's not our quality.
stuff. Like we've even tried to like cut down on this, and even as y'all saw some of how we store our stuff, but we have everything in boxes. So Gracie literally opens their box, fluffs it, makes sure it looks good after being stored up for the season, puts it back in there, and then they take it out of that box. Now, could it still need to be fluffed? Of course. But we're trying to avoid even the throwing the wreaths on top of each other and breaking lights and breaking ornaments and, knocking bows off and stuff like that. And so even how, like when we talk about the system and making the customer experience good, how are you also making the customer experience good when your crew is installing it? Because you should not be on every job site, but you also should still be on the truck. I know a lot of people say you shouldn't be on the truck, blah, blah, blah. You need to know the pulse of your business. I'm sorry, you can't miss every single job. And your top 5% of customers, you should be on that job site. You're telling me that your $100,000 contract you're not going to show up to? That's crazy. That doesn't make any sense. And then you're like, oh, they messed it up. We lost our contract because you never showed up. And you don't know what's going on.
It's to give it the attention it deserves with that value of that high of a ticket is like, oh, the owners of the company are here. It kind of is like, we're going to make sure everything's meticulous for you. So you build their trust. You know what I mean? Whenever we do an event, I try to go to tree lighting ceremonies, all that type of stuff I used to even have other people go and they can fix it. But you know what's really good is shaking the mayor's hand and saying, wow, this display looks, and they tell it to you. I need that good news because I get bad news all the time. I'm a problem solver in my business. But to get happy kids jumping around, cheering, they don't know you did the tree, but you get to see all of this happening around that you created this. That's why we do it too, is those are the perks of the business. Don't turn those away. And the biggest thing is the Tidings of Comfort and Joy that we started a couple of years ago is we give out gift baskets and it has like our logo with the cookie with gourmet chocolates and pecans and stuff like that.
A lot of reviews on those. I love them.
They're expensive gourmet baskets and we give those, but I had an employee hand those out and she was telling me all about these like amazing stories that she even did when she gave the basket. And I'm like, if somebody's going to experience that, it's going to be me. You know?
Put some damn meta glasses on so I can see too.
I mean, honestly, if you're not giving out a gift to your top customers, like commercial or residential,
that's a good form of marketing. I'm not saying you need to
give them a gourmet basket. You can do something small and I know there's people who gave out popcorn tins. What inspired us, and I've told you this story, Ron, is the
hams.
What's his name?
The hams.
Oh, the Virginia hams.
The Virginia hams. He was giving all his customers hams, and they were like looking forward to them.
Oh, that was Seth, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Seth. It was Seth. Yeah, I was trying to think. Yeah, and I thought that was so cool. I was like, people are just looking forward.
But I was driving. Hams. He was riding with us, going to see some of our projects. Like he came in to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and he told us that, and I immediately had self-reflection.
That was for the commercial, wasn't it?
No, that was a different. That was during the season.
That's when he came in for the light show.
The light show.
And then he was driving my truck and I'm like, wait a second, you give out, how much did you spend on all these hams? And he told me, and I'm like, I don't even give a Christmas card. I send an email maybe. And it's like, we don't do enough right here. This guy is like way better at us than.
No, one of our top customers, like he straight up told me, he was like, we look forward to this basket. It's like one of the reasons we like book with y'all. And he's like, very, very high.
But if you would spend $15,000 on Christmas lights, what would you want that experience to be? Like a Dr. Seuss book or something. Like I would expect around Christmas time, like gifts are given, and our Christmas company, who is supposed to be joyous and all this other stuff, how is all the lights? We're getting customer feedback in a positive way. Hey, just give us a 5-star review. Guess what's in that basket is a little QR code for a 5-star review.
It's also a chance.
It's marketing, but at the same time, it's a really good way to do marketing. It's a natural way to do marketing.
Well, it's also what I think everybody forgets, and I think that we've even had this montage in the industry just a little bit too much, is the getting off the truck montage that's been going on. Like, you're not successful until you're off your truck or whatever it may be. How are you off your truck and building your business to new levels? Because before I did a custom bow, no one on my crew in my company had ever installed a custom bow. I needed to be there to show them how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Now I know how to do it. Like, what you need to be doing some maintenance. Do I do every maintenance? Heck no. But do we go out and me and Joey make a night of it sometimes? We're like, we're going to go see some of our favorite. There's even projects where I'm like, I want to see this. I know you feel this. So I need to see this with my own 2 eyes. I want to see how this looks at
Well,
night.
you design it and then you want to see the art kind of done once you get design, and go out there and take photos and pictures. Like, what's better than going and eating a nice dinner during the season and going by properties and taking photos and be like, after the crews are done, and it looks so magical. You come up over a hill and you see this property just all lit up. You're like,
until everything's like turned off.
We all did it as a team. Like, holy crap, look at what we just did. And you get to be surprised, just like the client. They may be stepping outside looking at their lights and they're just like in awe. And then you roll up and you're like, this looks great, you guys. It's like, what a great experience all that is. Instead, you have all these other parameters around your business. And I agree with Chelsea. And I think I told with Ron this the other day about this was, you want to monetize your business, right? That's what you want to do. That's what means get off the truck. But then what you do off the truck is like, are you building an operating system with AI and improving your systems? Or are you just off the truck, like sending emails and doing all this stuff? Is like, my thing is to get off the truck to build better systems, to get back on the truck, to take media photos and do quality control and talk to your customers and manage crews and stuff like that. That's where the human
cares about
should
your
be.
business as much as you care about your business. No matter if you have a good employee who's loyal but no one truly understands the pulse and cares about your business the way you do. No matter if it is $500,000 or no matter if it's 10 million, nobody truly cares about your business the same level as you do. So if you are out, because you own it and it affects your life. So if you are out of this loop of things, and this is what happens when people get in the commercial space, and that's why we're kind of like harping on it, and that's what we see. Is they're like, I never met the person who designed this project. I never met.
That's not a flex. That's not a flex to me.
They say that all the time. They're like, I don't even know who this is. They also, what you forget is then they have no loyalty to you. You don't exist to them. You're not a real person. You're just another company, another payroll thing that they have on their thing. They need another check they need to write, another invoice they need to pay. And then there's no human. And that's what I was saying about there still has to be a human layer to stuff. And that still applies in the commercial space.
All right, so it's only been 3.5 hours, so I think we did pretty good. 2 hours and 55 minutes listening to Chelsea do 2 hours and 42 minutes of the talking.
Whatever, Ron.
So we had 30 minutes to distribute. I would say since now's the time that I give you my final words and give you some advice you probably haven't thought of, is timing, dude. Timing, okay? When is it? You have to know where you are and what time it is. And it's February. Okay, now February I can do these things. Now if it's September or if it's after July, you may not be able to get something from China for a commercial property. So now we're down to stuff that's already in the season. When are you going to install that commercial property? Because if they want to get it installed the first week of October, it's going to be less expensive than the second week of November. You can't let them push your schedule. It's when. And then when someone calls you, if someone calls you in October, the same customer that calls you in October, if they called you in July, you would have a totally different conversation. But if they call you in October, you're like, shit, you're late. You've probably called 4 people and they don't have all this greenery and they don't have any commercial pieces. Let me show you what I can give you last minute. And you want me to mobilize a crew in 3 days? I can actually do it, but there's going to be a different price for that because of when you're doing it. When is the install? That's a lot of people overlook that. They're just thinking, well, this costs this no matter when it is. And that's bullshit. In January, it's cheaper than it is in December. And in December, it's cheaper than it is in November. November is the most important one. So you're like, hey, let me just get that for $500 and I'll take the day after Thanksgiving. It's like, whoa, you just crossed the win boundary. And first of all, if I'm going to do a 500, maybe we can do it after Christmas or, September, but not in November, no way. And it's and that's a lot of times I think people lose the when is it getting installed and when are you talking to the customer? Because when you're talking to a residential customer near Thanksgiving, they only want to know when can you install it? Because they've been on the phone with 4 people who said, oh, maybe in 2-3 weeks. You're like, no, who can do it? It's like, okay, I think I have an appointment available. Give me 1 second. Hey, Laura, do we still have that appointment for 2 days ago with Miss Jones? Did she reschedule that? Can I give it to this customer right now on the phone? Okay, good news. And it's like, can I get your credit card number just in case we get disconnected? I mean, they don't need to know about the commercial materials and the this and about, you're selling them the appointment because of when they're calling. But if they call in August, when you're installing it, it doesn't matter as much. It matters to you, but they're not thinking like that. You need to say, look, this is when I'm going to install it. But if you push me past that, there's going to be a fee associated with that. This is an October 10th install price. This is not a first week of November price. That's going to be this much additional. And I think that loses a lot of people, or they learn the hard way on when you install it and when you're talking to the customer. The conversation will change by when they call you, in my opinion. What do you think about that, Chelsea?
No, I agree with you. And it's also about educating your customer, because you hit the nail on the head. They don't know that they're actually.
And that's a lock.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
You know what? With those things is I just think about, like, Ron says he works all this time at the computer, but you know that there is one time where he's like, hey, I need more sound bites. And then he hits it and he's like, I'm gonna drop this one on him and everything.
No, I got some good ones. I'm just like, I'm waiting to fill them out. I'm like, I'm gonna fill them up with some really good ones.
He's like, does he tell you about all his sound bites, Laura? He's like, listen to this.
No.
No.
I
He
get
just
them
drops
like
them on
just
you.
now.
Laura's like, oh, surprised.
No, but I really appreciate y'all sharing your time with us.
Thank
I
you
do
for having
appreciate
us.
the nice Vegas trip. I mean, it's not many friends that you have that can just pay $2,000-$3,000 and come visit you for any reason or celebrate your anniversary and your wedding vows. And
That's
stuff.
why you were invited. We knew you were a baller.
But I mean, it's just few people that you meet that are actually in the like all the stuff that you're saying as we're sitting still and you're doing all the talking. You're talking our language, and there's not many people that you can talk to, because right now it's we're now in July, and right now is a perfect time to sell. But you've kind of missed the opportunity to get stuff from China in the commercial space. Like if you want to get some huge thing, you're right there on maybe it'll come in the end of October. But next month, ordering from China is pretty much out the window if it's not already.
Don't forget, there is also, you can just go up here, there is local people who bring in a lot of product that they're not going to use. They bring it in purposely to sell it to people in season. So make sure you're keeping your vendors and your suppliers that you're using, strong relationships with them, and, people that are really going to come through for you, because nothing can choke you more than having a weak supplier that's supposed to be getting you what you need. Because most suppliers I've worked with, and I'm sure y'all feel the same, and even when, they really try to go above and beyond if it's a really good one that we continue to buy for. And like even Christmas designers, they bring in a lot of 3D decor extra, and then we have the opportunity to get stuff last minute from them, so make sure you, like Ron said, if you're going to understand your vendors, who has what is the pricing, get on their vendor list so you have vendor pricing. Talk to
B2B business is you gotta have your vendors under lock.
Reach out. Like Ron is really the best at that. Don't let me give him a compliment. His head's gonna be too big. But Ron is really like the best at, like, what if you just called him up? What if you just called him up? And you
Ron
said,
is the
hey.
best. Ron is the best. Ron is the best.
See, I screwed up. But no, you do that really well. You're like, what if I just called him up and I talked to them and I asked them and we talked about it? And I figured, like, sometimes you just need to call somebody up and be like, I own a Christmas light business. We do this. What would be the best way to do it? And people are like, you're their customer now. So they want to help you, and reach out to your resources. Like
I think the biggest thing,
everything.
the biggest thing is just to talk, like ask. That's what I've learned about Ron is knowing him is like, what's the greatest thing that you probably picked off of Ron is just ask. So like a lot of times it's like, just call. I mean, how many people could really get a hold of me and bend my ear for an hour? Probably a lot of people. People are like, you're so busy. And I'm like, there may be a time I may pick up, and it's like, well, what's going on? How can I help you? But how many people do that? Like, not a lot, because nobody asks. Nobody asks.
Just ask your
people are scared of using the phone.
There's plenty
Don't be scared of using the phone. Then just ask.
Yeah. Pick up the fucking phone and call somebody. That's how you do it.
Call them right now. Ask a friend. Phone a friend.
Yeah. That's what get busy means. Is call.
I call it back in the day when I was coming up. You used to have pay phones and you used to call collect. And still to this day, that's what we do. Man, call collect, dog. Call somebody and collect some money.
1-800 call Ron.
Call collect, yeah. But anyway, that's it. Yeah, 1-800 call collect. But anyway, yeah, so we've been working on a bunch of AI stuff. We've been working on Christmas lights. We've been working on commercial projects. Y'all been kicking ass, taking names. I'm surprised if you guys weren't one of the biggest commercial clients that we know, that we associate with, like people who actually handle the biggest commercial jobs. You've got to be up there.
There's bigger, but I think what's really going to be exciting about this year is I think we are going to be the fastest scaling Christmas light commercial company to the point where it's like I may have to venture out the DFW a little bit because
you're the youngest in the DFW to be at our level.
Yeah,
we're the
to
youngest company. Like
yeah,
most
but
of the people we bid against
the youngest, yeah.
10 years. 10 years in business, and me and Chelsea are both 37. So that we still.
Chelsea only has 5 in business. So
no, I'm only 2 weeks.
I was a firefighter paramedic. Chelsea's been in business even longer than I have. You know, it's like
I'm in the Christmas Christmas lighting.
Murphy Christmas. 2 weeks.
2
weeks.
We
celebrated. We're taking her out to dinner tonight for a 2-week
2-week anniversary.
Yeah.
Good job, employee.
You get a raise 30 days
employee.
In. Really gives you like a review.
We're celebrating. We're celebrating her first paycheck, is what it is.
Yeah.
It was really small, but he's a penny pincher.
Well, the way the weeks land and everything.
That's what I heard.
Really 1 week,
We're gonna get into another tangent, Joey. We need a
no. Laura's always like, get off the phone. We got an appointment. So, if you know what I mean.
It's on the Google Calendar, Ron.
You realize Laura's acting up. We need to go now.
Yeah, I know.
Hold on.
We were having a wonderful time, and Ron just swooshed you out of the room.
Yeah, it's like we started at 3 and it's 6:04, and it's like, oh, okay. But hey, man, we really appreciate you guys.
Thanks for having us.
The one thing that I didn't say in Vegas that I really I said to Murphy the other day, but you guys and us have had very parallel careers when it comes to Christmas. We kind of started with the same kind of incandescent Ace Hardware, and then we kind of went through the same vendors and we went through the same kind of challenges, and then we kind of both went away from a main vendor and kind of explored out in different directions, and then we kind of landed somewhere similar in Utah last year, and then seems like this year we're kind of doing our own thing. You're like out of all the people in the industry, you guys are like our tribe. Like we're kind of, I know we're not the same age, but we're kind of growing up together, if you will.
I agree.
Homeschooling and the whole thing. It's like, your own family, they don't get you. They don't get why you like even David Merle texted me today. And he said, hey, man, Santa Wonderland tickets are on sale for, $30 off or some shit. And so let's go December 4th. And I was thinking, December 4th? That's Christmas. I don't make plans to do fun. What? It's like, sorry, dog. Our minds are just not on the same. You're thinking about vacation. December 4th? That's a big day in the Christmas
industry. We're in season. I'm like, we're about to be in season. Everyone in my family knows that. Our kids don't go to school during the prime time of the season. Like there's private school set up like that. And then I'm like, we're in the season. My family understands I'm in the season. Like we don't you don't. You have, the only thing we do is we go to Vegas right in the middle before Christmas.
That's why we went last year, is because of you.
We love it, but it's so fun to see all the decorations.
That's why we stayed on the balcony suite, is because I said, well, Chelsea always goes. Let's go to stay at the.
You had fun though. You loved it.
There ain't a lot of straight guys at the Cosmopolitan, but I was there in December,
which tells you something.
And so I was like, the chandeliers and the crystals or whatever. So we were there and we stayed in that room and we went to the Bellagio and said, I think Chelsea, we were like looking like, I wonder which one of these benches Chelsea reads the book on. Because I just can't see it. But it was a fantastic experience. But you guys have been like, we kind of grew up together in a little bit.
We appreciate that.
We appreciate your friendship.
We appreciate you guys. And it's been wild. Like I do have to say the industry is changing a lot. Like from when we all started linking up to like now. Like it's night and day, and it's different. And that's why I say you have to keep your pulse on what's really going on and what people are really talking about. And if I can tell y'all anything, are people talking to you with stuff that's depth, that's actually usable information, or are they talking to you in circles that are motivational speaking? Because are we trying to motivate? Are you trying to motivate me? Or are you trying to educate me? Because what do you really need? Because people that are really out here doing it, they don't care about sharing information, because the X factor is me. The X factor at Kingdom Christmas is y'all. That's the X factor. That is what it is. That's why I said you care about your business the most out of anyone, and you're the X factor. So sharing, anyone that's not willing to share information probably doesn't really have it all the way figured out. And I'm not saying share contracts, but you know what I mean, like with them and stuff like that. Like
I'll say what I'm trying to say is if you haven't,
send me all your contracts. I'm gonna look them over.
What I'm trying to say is if you're having a bad day,
Give me a call.
Yeah, if life isn't working out like you think, what's the rest of it, Laura?
Call Ron up.
And you're just finding yourself just sitting there staring at the sky, wondering what the hell am I going to do next?
Feeling sorry for yourself, thinking
so
maybe.
Sorry for myself.
Yeah, there's nothing's going on good in my life.
I just can't figure this out.
Yeah, the only words that I would have to share with you are what, Joey?
Oh, I'm gonna do it. I think Chelsea should do it.
I was Chelsea was gonna do it. She's never heard it before. She doesn't listen to the show.
I've never heard it. Do it,
Joey.
Joey don't know it.
What happened?
Joey did it last time. He yelled it. He was like,
Joey?
"Get off your ass and get busy." He was yelling it. If life ain't going the way, Chelsea, you started it. You took over. I need the ending.
You say, "Pew pew, motherfuckers."
No. Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're referencing.
Nobody saw your shirt.
Like,
Nobody saw your shirt.
Yeah, let me see the shirt. Let's see the shirt.
Yeah.
So when you feel sorry for yourself, you go pew pew.
Yeah.
Get off your ass and get busy.
Yeah. All right, man. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you. Get off your ass and get busy. All right?